this week, though.
The biggest one that came out today was for Arkham Knight.
Oh, what, they have any trailer?
No, they originally delayed the original release date. I think it's supposed to come out this holiday of this year, but they delayed it. They just announced that it's coming out in June of next year.
Ooh.
June 2nd.
They just announced this.
But I think it's only going to be on Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Yeah. It's only going for next gen. Our current gen. Yeah.
Alright, so I think the theme song is playing out live, which I don't know why I suddenly can't hear it.
There's a theme song? Changes every week.
It's actually the same one. I try to keep it consistent.
Oh, Destiny comes out tomorrow.
It is your Destiny.
Oh, yeah.
Wonder if more people are going to get that for PS4 or Xbox One.
Probably PS4.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as far as I can tell, we are live.
It says you're live for me.
Yeah, my phone told me I'm live, and if my iPhone says so, we know that Apples are secure, especially the iCloud. So, so welcome to Straight Outta Austin. Returning once again is myself, Prometheus, and I'm also joined by
Fuzzy Slippers.
And Blood Ocean 07.
Blood Ocean 07.
And of course, of the comic bubble, we have
Ice.
Yeah, ice, baby. And you probably didn't hear the word Agamemnon. Not even J. Agamemnon.
R.I.P.
Because he is not here at the moment. However, he may make a guest appearance at some point in the podcast, perhaps towards the end. Right now, he is tending to his new son, and they're somewhere at some aftercare hospital doctor-type place, doing hospital doctor-type things.
What? Who takes care of their kids? What kind of guy
Right.
is this?
Look at him. He's like, oh, look at me. I want to be a good father.
I'm more responsible and stuff.
I'm not even going to drink and drive and do coke and have sex with a hooker. Look at me. I'm Agamemnon.
No Quaaludes for me.
Hey, more for me. More Quaaludes for me. I wish this podcast was sponsored by Quaaludes.
Right?
Awesome. Hang up the phone. Oh man, The Wolf of Wall Street. I think everyone should watch that. I think that's like a coming of age film. Like, this is what you have the potential to be. You can be a great man, like whatever Leonardo DiCaprio's character's name was.
Jordan Belafonte. His last name wasn't Belafonte. Jordan Belfort.
Yeah, yeah, Jordan Belfort.
Belafonte sounds so much better.
You can
really does.
penny stock your way to the top and crush everyone on the way.
And Spike Jones can offer to give you a blowjob.
Spike Jones, who?
Spike Jones.
And Spike Jones, he was the guy that directed it, right?
No, he directed.
No, that's Scorsese.
Yeah. What did he do? He directed Her.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Where the Wild Things Are.
So did Spike Jones actually try to give Leo a blowjob?
Behind the scenes and on the scenes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Well, I never knew that. That paints that movie in a whole similar light.
It's
Because
on the
there were
DVD.
plenty of blowjobs going around.
The unrated
There were
version.
lots of blowjobs there.
I mean, you might as well get a blowjob from Spike Jones. Like, if you're going to do coke out of a hooker's ass, you might as well get a blowjob from Spike Jones.
It's true.
Not everyone can say they got a blowjob from a successful director who directed a movie about a man falling in love with his computer.
It only makes sense that you would get a blowjob from somebody like that.
Yeah. I wonder if he would play Computer Love in the background. Computer Love! Can you get a computer virus from computer sex?
That'd be a strange way to... how would you explain that to somebody? I got an STD. Oh, what is it? Is it crabs? Is it herpes? I just got a computer virus on my penis.
I have adware. Every time I get an erection, I get pop-ups.
Because it pops up.
Don't mind it, baby. You just gotta click that little X. I'm leaving. Oh, so that reminds me, actually. So speaking of sex, So so I was looking for jobs the other day, and I've been trying to get it.
Really? It's a great segue.
Not blowjobs necessarily. However,
looking for a job on the street now?
Do what?
Are you looking for a job on the streets on the weekends, on the nights?
No, I'm not at the point yet where I'm turning tricks for cash. But I was looking for like a web development job, and I was scrolling through, and most of them, they have the same credentials, stuff that I'm not qualified for. And I see one, it's like Fleshlight, and I like reread. I'm like, all right, now make sure I'm not just assuming that's what it says. I'm like, nope, there's actually a job posting for Fleshlight, and apparently Fleshlight is actually based out of Austin. So
really?
It's actually very appropriate for straight out of Austin.
We need testers for this Fleshlight.
I never knew that. I was like, like it was mind blowing. I thought, there's a lot of creativity in the city.
Don't you penis blowing?
Well, it's everything blowing. Well, technically it is also another head, so it is also mind blowing. So,
That's true.
I don't know. I just thought it would be interesting. It would be interesting because I think the environment would probably be very relaxed, But I think it would be really weird to go, let's say you did that job for maybe about a year, and then you got to go to like another corporate job, and it's like, so where do you last work? I worked at Fleshlight, that jerk-off site. Yes, that is part of the process, sir. You see, we have to make sure that every Fleshlight is tested and at the standards of our customers. Like, I think it would be fun to be like a door-to-door salesperson. Just to go and you have a catalog, and just people can choose what Fleshlight they want. This one is modeled after Shasa Gray, the former adult film star.
Could you imagine how many times you probably get slapped?
Get slapped?
How dare you?
I think that's part of the fun. Actually, you kind of get an adrenaline rush from that. But I think that would be favorable towards like the pepper spray and having this dog's side out of you, and probably the guns as well. So, it's not all fun and games. You remember, kids, when you play with sex toys, sometimes someone might poke an eye out. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So, yeah. So that's what I've been up to. So what do you guys been up to? Anything new since we last spoke? We're back here on a Monday night, our usual time. Usual bat time, bat channel.
No, nothing really new.
No job offers from Fleshlight?
No. Actually...
Fleshlight is interested in you.
I mean, I did have like a job interview, but it wasn't for that.
It was for their competitor. Fleshy light. Fleshy heavy.
It was actually for gameplay, actually.
Oh, okay.
It was more for like being at a call center, like being like chatting or calling.
Oh, okay.
So that type of stuff.
So like when people have problems. Dude, bro, my GameFly is not working. You're like, suck it up. Next.
Google it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like for the chat, you just copy and paste the Google URL in there. There you go. So you're supposed to help. I did. You're welcome.
Hey, bro.
I'm getting paid so much money an hour just to tell you to Google it.
I connected my Fleshlight to my PS3, and it's not working the way I thought it was supposed to work.
I thought it was supposed to work like the PlayStation Move, but the light isn't glowing when I move it around. And there's some type of deposit in there that I can't seem to get out. I think it might be a PlayStation point, but I'm not quite sure about that. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time before those things are integrated with the motion controls of systems.
Her name is Sony.
That's my sex box.
It's my turn with the sex box.
I think especially with like the Oculus Rift once that takes off. If it ever takes off, which I don't think it ever will. No one else? No one cares about the Oculus Rift in general?
The Facebook has it now, so of course nobody.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a virtual farmer.
I rest my case. Yeah, it's like all you're doing is harvesting. You're just playing Farm Girl, same graphics, but you just have it on your face instead.
Yeah, it'd be like going back to the Virtual Boy and playing WarioWare, or not WarioWare, but Wario Castle games.
Just the Virtual Boy. Hello, that says it all. Good idea, bad execution.
Everything is in blue and white. To go with a Facebook
template.
Yeah.
You get a little status updates. These stupid ads popping up as you scroll through. Oh, man. Yeah, it sucked because it's like Oculus Rift went from like a lot of people really cared about it. Like people were interested in this. Like, oh yeah, this is the future of virtual reality. It's gonna be awesome. Facebook bought it. And, oh fuck, it's just like
damn.
The entire hype train just derailed and everybody died.
Yep.
There were no survivors at all. It was tragic. But I don't know. I was actually thinking about it recently. I was watching. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Comic Book Girl 19. She's done some like Game of Thrones videos, and she did like a recap of San Diego Comic-Con. And they had the same thing they had here at South by Southwest, where you can put on the Oculus Rift, and it feels like you're in the Game of Thrones world. And it's like, it wasn't really a Game of Thrones, but it was just more like, hey, you're on a big wall, and it's kind of cold, and it was like a cool experience. But it's like, I don't know. I think it could work in a certain context. One, if it wasn't owned by Facebook, but two, like if anyone actually develops the proper games for it, it's going to be the main thing because it could have the best software imaginable. But if no one gives a crap about it, like the Ouya, whatever that,
the Ouya,
ooh yeah,
Smaug.
Is that thing around or do they go bankrupt already?
Smaug or Ouya?
Dude, Smaug's got all that gold. Like he's sitting pretty. I mean, he doesn't even have living expenses. He can just feast on people, or he can just sleep. So I think Smaug's good, but the Ouya does not have that same luxury of being a fire-breathing dragon.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, I've seen like ads. So I haven't actually like seen it physical though.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, after their big marketing push to get it out there, and I haven't seen or heard anything about it.
Yeah. It looks promising. It just hasn't been out to the public.
Yeah.
Well, it reminded me a lot of that On Live game service. I think it was essentially the same thing. It was one of those things that you hooked up to your TV and it plugged directly into an internet connection. And I guess it was really just like Steam.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
I see.
Where you would stream, Battlefield 3 or whatever straight to it and they pay a subscription. And that didn't take off.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, the idea of streaming games does not appeal to me at all. Because for one, if your internet goes out, you can't play any games.
Nope.
Yeah.
Two, if your internet's not functioning properly, you can't play any games.
Nope.
Three, there's this thing called bandwidth and lagging, and you can't play any fucking games.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. It's good on paper. If we didn't have things not working, then it might work. But yeah. So I think there's a good reason why it didn't take off. So we'll get into topics here. So I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with Arrow at all.
Always.
Yeah, well, I know you have, Luis. You're the Arrow king. So I'm sure you're aware that they've cast Ra's al Ghul.
Yes.
And it's Matt Nable.
I saw that. Yeah.
Which
Who was Matt Nable?
I have no idea.
I looked him up. He did some other movies. I can't remember what he did.
He was the bad guy in the last year's Riddick movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, of course, Matt Nable. Of course, yeah. In Reddick. Oh, apparently, he's also a former professional rugby league footballer.
That ought to make him something.
He was also in the TV series Underbelly and Bikey Wars, Brothers in Arms.
What?
I don't know. I've heard of that as the Bikini Wars, but it's Bikey Wars. I don't know what that is.
Well, maybe this will be his come out standout role.
Maybe, yeah. People might. Then no one will forget the name of, what was his name again? I don't know. He looks kind of funny. I don't know if I like him as Ra's al Ghul. I posted his picture in the chat. He just looks very generic. I guess he works for the whole CW look. I'm sure the kids will love him. But I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with his resume of an ex-rugby player. The only ex-rugby player that I know of that acts is Vinnie Jones, and he's a badass. And I don't believe that this guy is also a badass. He hasn't proven it to me yet.
Do you think that he could do better than Liam Neeson in the Batman movie trilogy?
I do not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Probably not.
I don't think he can, and
Maybe.
And I don't think he has that particular skill set to do so. I doubt it.
He can't play everybody.
Yeah, I don't think he's not going to find anybody or kill anybody. So I'm still trying to, because I saw the most recent Riddick movie. Let me Google this fool. See what he looks like. Even looking at his face, I still can't tell who he's supposed to be.
He has a generic face.
He does. Like, okay, I think this was the guy whose character's brother Riddick killed in the first movie or something. And he was out to get Riddick and something. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? It's Riddick, so, I mean, nobody was really good in that movie except for Vin Diesel. And even Vin Diesel was still Vin Diesel in that movie.
I can see in the darkness.
The thing I hated the most, I think it was in, what was the first one? Pitch Black or whatever. And the chick's like, how do you get your eyes like that? He's like, you have to kill somebody. And then she kills somebody later on in the movie, and she's like, oh, my eyes aren't like that. You were just fucking with me the whole time.
You
like,
lied to me.
He turned into the Great Goblin. You lied to me. Now I have to kill you. You don't inspire hope, Riddick. You're just a phony.
I don't want your Riddick blood.
I would give you my eyes, but they will probably kill you. I don't care. I'm blind. It's worse than already being dead. Oh, God. It's so terrible.
Liam Neeson was actually interviewed and asked if he would like reprise his Ra's al Ghul.
Oh, yeah.
And he said he would love to do it, but Matt Nable already got the part.
I think he also probably sent them like his pay stub from the Batman movies. They're like,
yeah,
we're the CW.
We're on a budget.
We don't have that kind of money. No, they just sent it back with a bunch of zeros, like whited out. And he's like, I'll pass.
We'll give you $1.
I'll go do Clash of the Titans again. Clashier of the Titanus. Release the Kraken. So. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's like Jesse Eisenberg, where he's like, "Well, I'll do the role for free." So I don't know if $1 would fit him, Luis. But in other casting news, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Spectre. But if you ever get a chance, there's a bunch of shorts of like DC characters on. I forgot what it's called, but it's Superman.
Nation?
What's that?
You talking about DC Nation?
No, it's not DC Nation. It was like Superman versus Black Adam, I think. It's like Superman and Shazam versus Black Adam. And that's the first one. And then there's just like a bunch of shorts. And one of them's the Spectre. And it's one of the best ones on there. And like I'd never really seen the Spectre. Not really familiar with him. But he's almost like if you combine Batman and Spawn and somehow it works. Like he goes around, delivering vengeance. But like, well, I guess more like Batman and Spawn and the Punisher. Because he kills everybody. And, like, there's like this one chick he kills with like paper, like literally death by 1,000 cuts.
Paper cut.
It's like, you forgot to file this under death.
That would probably be the worst way to die.
Yeah, that would be horrible.
It would really sting. It's like, ow, that kind of hurts, but it's just really more annoying than anything.
Yeah, right. By the end of the day, all right, just kill me, please. No, I'm going to keep cutting you. Well, you think of how much a paper cut stings, like if you're constantly getting that sensation.
Yeah,
so
the worst.
How long are the shorts?
I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
It's been a while. I'm not sure, but anyway, so that guy's apparently going to be in the new Constantine show. So they cast Jim Carrington as his alter ego.
Jim Carrey?
Yeah, Jim Carrey and Tim. And here's another actor that I'm sure we're all familiar with, Emmett Scanlon.
Yeah, Emmett Scanlon. Never heard of him.
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy. Another guy who was in a movie I saw.
I wonder, was he the guy who was yelling, and 3, shoot, and 2, shoot? That's the only like head riot guy I can think of.
I have no idea. I think he was probably one of the Nova Corps. They were holding that net like, hold the line. Oh, God, it's killing us. Or maybe he was an uncredited extra. Who knows? But the Spectre is even half as badass as he was in that animated short. Like, I'm really looking forward to him. I don't know if you guys have seen the Constantine pilot.
Nope, but I've heard
so.
really, really good things about it.
It's really good. The only thing about it, and I guess you can't necessarily knock it, like, when it starts off, it just kind of has too much of, like, a network TV feel. I feel like it would have benefited so much more if it were on AMC. Like, I mean, it's still dark. There's nothing, like, overly cheesy where it's like, oh, God, this feels like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but it's like... But no, actually, I thought it was pretty solid, and it just feels weird that it's on NBC. But I guess the main networks are now like, hey, we need some of this comic book stuff, and Fox is like, hey, we got Gotham, and no one gives a shit. But they're trying.
Well, didn't they stop Constantine from smoking?
Okay, that's the thing.
Yep.
Yeah, he can't smoke, but it is implied that he's a smoker. So you'll see him like with his lighter, just moving it around, or you'll see a pack of cigarettes. So you never actually see cigarette to mouth action, but he does smoke.
So as soon as it goes to commercial breaks, are we gonna have truth commercials? Nicotine patch.
I wanted to bring back the Dare program just for that show. The best part would be like right before they cut to commercial break, he's about to take a drag off the cigarette that it cuts, and when you come back, he's like putting out the cigarette in an ashtray. But no, it's a lot more subtle than that. And if you didn't already know that he didn't smoke, you probably would wonder why he wasn't smoking. Because it's like, it seems like he's getting ready to, but it never actually happens. But it doesn't really detract from the show. I'm glad that they at least included that, since that is actually an important part of his character. At least, I want to say it was like an Alan Moore's run of Constantine, where he gets lung cancer, so it's like he's going to die at some point, and he doesn't have time to make a meth empire. And he's already, and in that continuity, he had already died and went to hell and got revived, so he knows his soul's already damned, and now he has, like, death impending. So it's like, the stakes are pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as far as I can tell in the pilot, that's not the case. He just is like, he's pretty much an exorcist. So, I don't know. I definitely recommend it. I also saw the Flash pilot, and I would recommend that as well.
Wow.
The best part about it, so obviously I've mentioned Arrow before. Most of it's per capita.
Ask him how long it took him to see the pilots.
It took me a couple months. But look, I'm not the fastest man alive, all right? It takes me a little while to warm up. I got a bum knee, too. But, the thing about Arrow that always bummed me out, at least for the first season, I still haven't seen the second season, is it had that melodrama, and it was really obnoxious. Like, you'd be like, all right, I'm liking this. He just shot a dude in the eye with an arrow. This is badass. And then it's like, oh, God, I hate you. I wish you were dead. And then 5 minutes later, I'm so sorry I said that. I didn't mean that. I was upset. And then 5 more minutes later, oh, never mind. I hate you. Like, literally, like, it's like that. It's that bad. And it's like he has a teenage sister, and it's like, okay, it makes sense that she acts like that. But there's, like, grown men acting like that, too. It's like, really? Come on.
It's like season 2 of The Walking Dead.
Yes.
Don't you know they all had bipolar syndrome?
They might have. They probably did. They need something for that. They needed a Zoloft commercial right afterwards. Oh,
yeah,
man.
it's too bad you haven't seen the second season, because I saw a picture for the third, and I can't talk about it because then I'll spoil you.
Talk about it. Carry on. Is season 2 on Netflix yet?
I have no idea. I
I
haven't
believe
checked.
it is.
Okay.
Probably.
Well, then I guess I don't have an excuse then, damn it. What was I going to say? Speaking of The Walking Dead, have you seen the trailer for the next season?
I have.
I have
It's
not.
like 5 minutes long.
I still haven't seen the last 3 episodes of what was it, season 4?
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I'm going to spoil it for you. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Oh, shit, something happens. And then the cliffhanger ending.
It's weird. It's a weird ending.
Yeah, it's literally like this should have been the mid-season finale.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it should have continued on. Instead, it's literally like, hey guys, we're in a bind. What's going to happen? Tune in next year to find out. And you're like, what? You can't leave me like
Well,
this.
not next year. It's more like 4 or 5 months.
It might as well
Okay.
be a year. It feels like it. In my heart, it's a year. But now I don't know how you felt about that season. For me, it felt like it started off really good with the governor, and then it just slowed down.
It really did.
And I hated it. And I don't know if you saw the one where Daryl and Beth go to the guy what was it now? The guy that like deals with the dead bodies. Like he's like a mortician.
Yeah.
Have you seen that episode?
No.
Okay, so that was like the only.
You can talk about it. I don't
Okay,
care.
it's not that big a deal. It's just they find this place, and it's like, oh, this place is actually really nice. There's food. And then they see that obviously someone's still living there. And like, oh, hey, maybe we'll be buddies with this guy. So anyway, he like somehow sends a bunch of zombies after them. And then Daryl has to fight him off, and then Beth runs off. And Beth ends up getting kidnapped. Or Beth-napped. And so she's separated, and then Daryl ends up with this other group that are kind of similar to the way him and Merle kind of were, where they're just assholes, but they kind of have a code.
Yeah.
But, and then...
Don't be assholes to each other.
Yeah, be assholes to everybody else. And that's pretty much the case, except for one guy is like an asshole to Daryl, and so they end up, they're like, we need a, what was it like, what did they say? They made like allusions to like, oh, we need to teach him a lesson, teach him all the way, which I guess means kill him, which I don't know why they can't just say kill him, like there's somebody else around, like, it's like, nope, you can't use that word, even though you're all about to beat him to death. So anyway, so he's with this group, and he's kind of getting along, you know, it takes him a while to kind of warm up to them. And so he's with this group, and then eventually they meet up with Rick's group, because Rick killed one of their guys in the previous episode. When he was in that house and he's hiding under the bed, that was that group, and he strangled that dude in the bathroom.
Oh, that? Okay,
yeah.
I got you. I saw that one.
Yeah, so that's what happens when you don't flush in Rick's house. So they meet up with that group, and, you know, they have them at gunpoint. It's like Rick, Carl, and Michonne. And Daryl, and you know, Daryl's like, hey, these are my boys, you know, you can't kill them. And he's just like, fuck you, Daryl, we'll kill you. And then that's when Rick goes from like, hey, I'm Farmer Rick. I've given up a life of violence to plant crops with my son, to just like batshit crazy, like, you will not touch my son, Rick. And it's just like the best Rick has been since like, I think it was the end of season 2 when he's just like, this ain't no democracy anymore.
It's a dictatorship.
Yeah, it was like the return of the dictatorship. It was like, it was the best part of that entire season. Because like they're pretty much about to rape Carl, and so Rick goes into protective daddy mode, like, nah, son, not on my watch. I still got 2 hands, unlike in the comic, and so he fucks them up. And even Carl's just like, Dad, what are you doing?
It's like, what just happened?
Yeah,
there's blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that part actually happened in the comic.
Yeah.
Of course, Daryl wasn't there, but when Rick, Michonne, and Carl met up with this group, and they were like, "Yeah, your son is looking pretty nice," and Rick's like, "Nice how?" Yeah, they tried to get him, and Rick was like, "Fuck you guys," and he murdered everybody. I think he was teamed up with Abraham at that point in the comic.
Oh, okay. Abraham, the guy with the handlebar mustache?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who was a badass dude who became like Rick's right-hand man.
Nice.
After
he lost his right hand?
Oh.
Hey, gotta hand it to him.
Oh.
But, yeah, so after that, so basically, I don't know if you saw where, you know, everyone's trying to get to Terminus, and it's supposed to be like this oasis, and they're like, oh, this might be great. We'll finally have a safe place to live. And obviously it's The Walking Dead, so nowhere is a safe place to live. Even safe places to live. So they get there, and everything seems okay at first. And then they notice that, because I think Glenn and Maggie got there first.
Yeah.
And they notice that one of the guys is wearing Glenn's armor, which obviously no one else has riot gear anywhere in the state of Georgia. So he knew it had to be Glenn, so he pulls his gun, they all pull their guns, and it's good old-fashioned Mexican standoff. So actually, no, it wasn't even a Mexican standoff, because they pull all their guns, and they find out that they're grossly outgunned and outnumbered. And
they got, like, snipers and everything.
Yeah, like, they...
They roll up on Bundy Ranch or what?
Pretty much, yeah. It was like, if you took, like, the most hardcore militia, and like, those guys would be like, nope, not mess with these guys. And it's funny, because the guy seems like this, like, granola, like, hippie guy, and he's like, oh, yeah, everyone here's, like, friends, bro. And once they pull out that gun, he turns into, like, the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket. So, they flip the script on him, and they throw him in, like, this shipping container. And that's pretty much where they leave him, and it's implied that these people are cannibals. And that's how it ends. It's like Rick's like, they made a mistake. They fucked with us. Well, that's in the version they didn't actually put in there, but there's like a clip online. But he's like, they messed with the wrong people. And then it ends. And you're like, really? That's the way y'all are going to end it? Like, after the slowest episodes ever, like, slower than season 2 slow. And then you're just going to end it on a cliffhanger of Rick just mean-bugging the camera, looking like Ice Cube, like...
Still got my AK.
Yeah. He's like, they're going to find out that today wasn't a good day.
Wow, 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 wow.
So, yeah, so that was that. But season, I guess, 5 looks really good. The only thing that sucks in the trailer, it shows them obviously outside of the container, so you know they got out pretty quickly. Like, I almost felt like nightfall happens, and they just open the door like, oh, everyone went to sleep. Let's get out of here.
There's a good picture I found from them in the train that I thought it was funny that I've now posted in the chat.
All right, I will check it out.
So they have met up with the cannibals, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, they're in the cannibals container at the very end.
Oh man,
about to get nommed on.
It was really cool how the cannibals got handled in the comic.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Who
Do they
was
get a
it?
taste of their own medicine?
Kinda.
Oh yeah.
What was
eat
it?
'em?
Dale was. Wait, was it Dale?
Dale Gribble.
Dale was still alive. And he was the one that actually got his leg hacked off.
Oh yeah, that's right. Instead of what's his name, Herschel.
Yeah, and what had happened was during a little night excursion, he got bit. I think he got bit in his ankle or something by a zombie, and he got captured by the cannibals. And the cannibals took the lower half of his leg, and they're like, "Oh, you taste so delicious. We're gonna save the rest for you, or we're gonna save the rest of you for later." And then he's just like, He's like, "You stupid bastards."
Nice.
And then they were like, "What are you smiling about?" He's like, "Hey, I got bit right there, guys. You saved me, but y'all are gonna die." And they started turning, and it was pretty awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah, I've only read the first graphic novel of Walking Dead. I need to start reading the rest.
Yeah, for some reason, I read like the first 100 issues of that, and I haven't read any other comics in my life.
They're just like, for some reason, I just woke up and this comic was in my hands. Like, I guess I'll read it. It's got zombies. But, yeah. So, I don't know. I'm actually, it's funny because, like, at the end of the last season, I was like, I'm done with Walking Dead. Like, Walking Dead has pissed me off so much for just, because all of their single or double character, like, centric episodes are usually their best ones. Like, the one with the dude from Snatch. Like, that one was awesome. I think the episode was called Clear. When Rick finally meets up with a guy from season 1, he's all crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That episode was
It
fantastic.
was a really, really good episode.
Yeah, and it's like, so you're thinking, okay, these episodes are all focusing on just one or two characters. They're going to be really good. And not a damn thing happens, so I'm like, all right, fuck this. And then I saw the trailer, and I'm like, all right, you bastards, you got me again.
The bad thing about Walking Dead is, especially with episodes like Clear, that one showed a growth of Michonne. Like, she opened up to somebody that wasn't Andrea. Her and Carl were getting along, and then the very next episode, she's like not saying anything to anybody else. It's like, what? Didn't she learn a lesson? Didn't Carl learn a lesson from this previous episode? They're like, hey, let's be friends and be a family, and then it's like, no, no.
That is true. They've done that the most with Carl. Where I think his character seems the most schizophrenic, because like obviously in the first 2 seasons he's like, I'm just gonna run away and not listen to anybody.
Yeah.
Stay in the house, Carl.
Yeah, okay. I'm not really gonna do that. And then by the time they get to the prison, he's like his dad's right hand man. Like he's just like all about like, I want to listen to what Rick says. Like, you know, whatever you say, Dad. And then he's like hating him by the end of season 4. Like, you're an asshole, Dad. It's your fault that everything happened. And I don't know. But it's like there hasn't really been any maturity of him. Like, by this time, he should probably not be acting like a kid. Like, he's killed enough people, seen enough people killed. Do you think, like, that forced maturity would be there at that point? Like, Lizzie, as batshit crazy as she was infinitely more mature than Carl, I think.
She just went insane, really.
Yeah. Look at the flowers, Lizzie. Look at them flowers. They're sunflowers. I'm planting them there for you.
Flowers.
What happened to the bunnies? I killed them.
Yeah. I still wish that they would have had her survive up to Terminus, because it would have been perfect. Because it's like, if she's randomly killing people, like, okay, so obviously they suspect Rick and all that, but Carol and them probably would have came later. So all of a sudden people start dying, and they're suspecting, like, Rick's group, and it's really Lizzie just murdering everybody. Like, that would have been awesome. Like, the cannibals are like, the last thing they're going to suspect is, like, this girl, you know, who's, what, I don't know, like 12 or something?
No.
I don't know. I think it would have had better story elements. And they still could have capped her in the same way. I'm just saying. That was what I was hoping
They
for.
would have eaten
They were
her.
going for the feels on that one.
The feels, bro.
Yeah.
The feels.
That feels train.
Yeah.
I think you know what? I think Carol might be my favorite character.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Carol.
Just from where she came, I think they handled her character probably the best out of everybody there. From where she
I would
came
say
to
so.
where she is now,
Yeah.
such a badass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The character I probably hate the most is probably still Tyrese. Like, I just think of the whole thing when it's like, when his girl dies, like, that he's known for like 24 hours. He's getting mad of all people. Rick, whose wife died, who he had to murder his own best friend. And then he's getting mad at Daryl, whose brother died. And he's just like, you guys don't know how this feels. It's like, dude, like, she didn't even put out yet. Like, you guys were not that close.
That's what it was. It's like, damn it, I was
So
this
close. So close.
Now I gotta use this damn fleshlight. It's like, I'm going to my room, damn it. I'm locking the door behind me.
Thanks, Austin.
Oh man, I'll never look at the UT Tower the same again. When it glows orange, someone's having a good time. So in other comic book news, so apparently they're working on a Supergirl TV series. So this kind of came out of left field. I mean, obviously they have Arrow and the Flash, and it seems like they're kind of using, I don't know, the characters that probably, well, I guess Flash would probably eventually be in a Justice League movie, but ones that aren't directly tied to Superman and Batman. It seems like that's who they're staying, trying to stay with. So Supergirl kind of seems like a switch for them. And especially, I don't know, maybe Flash gave them a little bit of confidence where it's like you can actually have people with powers that look like superheroes. Mm. So I think the real question that we have to answer now is her costume going to be in pastels as well? And is it going to be in the Man of Steel universe, or is it going to be in the separate, I guess, CW Arrow Flash universe?
I have no idea what they're doing with that whole thing, because it would make a whole lot of sense. Like, Arrow has become very, very successful. Yeah, people like the actor and the role, so it feels like it would be natural to kind of integrate him into the cinematic universe at some point. But as far as we know, it's not happening. And then you've got Flash, who's making his television debut, and you said that the pilot was good. It was
pretty good.
I don't know. I think Warner's is kind of messing up right now.
Well, then they're doing what they do best. I don't know. I think Supergirl has a lot of potential. I don't really know like her rogues gallery. All I know is she's supposed to be, I guess, Superman's cousin from. I guess she also survived the planet blown up.
Yeah, she did.
She is Superman's cousin, and
she was on vacay or something.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, she's actually older than Superman.
Oh, okay.
Because she was like frozen somewhere for like a very long time.
So she was hanging out with Captain America.
Yeah. Ice buddies.
She had the super Krypton serum injected in her. Because she always looks younger than Superman. I always thought she was supposed to be like a teenager. Like she was like his kid sister or something. She was like
Yeah, because...
Go ahead.
No, when she got frozen, she was young.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I always thought she was like the Skipper to Batman's Barbie. Like she's like the.
Yeah.
Do you remember Skipper? I think it was what she was called. It was like a baby sister.
Yeah, her little sister.
Okay, so so basically they want an excuse to make her all young. So like, oh, we'll just freeze her, so we can make her wear a skirt. And
make her
around.
a hot blonde.
Yeah, basically for no discernible reason. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. But I wonder if they bring Supergirl, they'll eventually bring in Power Girl. And that will be appropriate for CW audiences, or they'll actually redesign the costume. You can't have boob windows and pastels.
Yeah, because then they redesign it for the JLA show. I didn't think they had the window in that one.
Oh, really? How do you know what character she is then?
Well, when they say no, she's Power Girl and then she's her clone, you kind of figure and put two and two together.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I was not completely sure. That's how I identify her. But now,
she was actually a kind of important supporting character in the Smallville series.
Supergirl?
Yeah.
Or Power Girl?
Supergirl.
Okay. Yeah, I never actually saw Smallville.
I dropped it after the first season. I never looked back.
I know some people hate it, but I know Bobby Beetle loves it. Like he adores Smallville.
It's not better than the sum of its parts, but it did a great job introducing some of the other characters. Like Cyborg made his appearance on that show, and Arrow, Green Arrow.
Yeah, Green Arrow.
The real Arrow, not the hood.
Yeah, Green Arrow actually had a really prominent role in that show, and like when Arrow was first announced, a lot of people were like, "Oh, so Ollie Queen, the happy version from Smallville, is going to get his own series." That's what I thought, and I was like, "Oh, I like that guy."
Yeah.
And then it was like, this is going to be Nolan's version of Green Arrow called Arrow.
You'll fill the city. I don't know. I kind of like the dark Arrow, and I love how that's the contrast to the Flash, because they didn't try to make the Flash all dark. Like, he's still... I mean, there's dark elements. I mean, but that's just the Flash's origins. It's like his mom dying. Hey, there's no way to not make that dark.
No.
Unless you're an asshole. It's like, yeah, I don't like her anyway. Remember that time you put me to bed without dessert? Fuck you, Mom.
I want a cookies.
Yeah. Chocolate chip preferably. So, but yeah, but it's like, I don't know, it's as upbeat as The Flash should be, I think. So, I think that's a good contrast. And I think Supergirl is probably going to be in a similar vein.
Well,
unless they make Woman of Steel.
Woman of Steel.
I will find you a skirt that fits. So we'll see if Snyder, if David S. Goyer gets his way.
Oh no!
Pastels for everybody. So here's the article that Luis sent me. So well, actually, I'll start off with this one because it kind of leads right into it. So this should come to no surprise to anybody, but apparently there's no plans for an Iron Man 4 because we all know how great Iron Man 3 was. So obviously, Marvel has their movies planned out, I don't know, like 10 years in the future, and they still aren't. I mean, there's really no need, in my opinion, for an Iron Man 4.
Yeah.
Like, they've done all they can. Like, he blew up all his suits, took out his chest battery. Like, we don't need another Iron Man. And I mean, he's obviously going to be in the other Marvel movies. He doesn't have to be the focal point. Especially when they finally made it where it was all about him, they royally fucked it up, so... I don't know. But I don't know. It just felt like it was being reported like, oh my god, there's not going to be an Iron Man 4. What are we going to do? Is Robert Downey Jr. still going to play Iron Man? Yes.
Like,
yes, he is.
He's still signed on to do Avengers 2 and 3.
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to be around. He's going to be cashing his $50 million.
Marvel's probably going to be like, thank God he's not playing Iron Man anymore.
I know, right?
We can get some unknown and pay him $5 to do it. Let's get Jesse Eisenberg. He'll do it. Jay?
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, if only Jay were here to tell you how great of an idea that would be. It was kind of interesting. Apparently, before Robert Downey came around, well, not when he came around, but before they officially cast him, they were looking at Tom Cruise to be Tony Stark.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay, so basically the comic that pretty much all three Iron Mans are kind of based off of, I forget what it's called, but there's but the way the art is drawn, like Tony Stark's pretty much drawn as Tom Cruise. And you can kind of see how he could fit that role. I watched the motion comic, and I was like, okay, I can actually kind of see this. I think it still would have been good, but I'm so glad they went with Robert Downey Jr. because he elevated it to a level that I don't think Tom Cruise would have been able to do. Mm-hmm. And I say this as someone who actually likes Tom Cruise.
Yep, me too. Same here.
Oh yeah, Top Gun for life.
That's my all-time favorite Tom Cruise movie.
Goose!
You don't Top Gun.
It is the Top Gun.
I've only seen 2 Tom Cruise movies in my entire life.
Really? Only 2?
Collateral and Edge of Tomorrow.
Okay, then you should love Tom Cruise. Those are his 2 best movies, I think.
Yeah.
I thought Collateral was fantastic.
Mission Impossible 4?
Well, I've seen that one. Mission Impossible 4 was excellent as well.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
The only series where somehow, when you get to number 4, it's better than all the rest. It does not, for the laws of all movies, it does not make any sense. It's just this should be the worst of the 4, and it's the best. The third one is better than the first 2. And the second one is...
we won't talk about that one.
Yeah, it's actually...
Yeah.
It's really...
Some days, it's okay, and some days we just pretend it's not there.
I actually have to confess, I actually like it because it's so terrible.
Like George Clooney Batman?
What's that?
Like George Clooney Batman?
Yeah.
Oh,
just don't talk about it.
Well, yeah.
Never leave the Batcave without your Bat card.
Bad nipples.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. What were they thinking? It was just okay, I gotta address the bat nipples. It's not only just aesthetically stupid, but it's so you're making a costume that its primary purpose is to protect you from gunfire and knives. What would compel you to put nipples on there? What purpose do they serve? Is he gonna breastfeed a child? Is it just in case I find an infant, I need to make sure it can suckle my breast? Is this what? What? You don't need nipples on your costume at all. And he's going to strike fear into the hearts of criminals. They're like, I don't mess with a guy who's got hard nipples,
There's got to be a fear for that. There's got to be a name for that.
I can see a nipple phobia.
There you go.
But I feel like that's probably not prominent enough to have this expensive. Maybe if he had several different costumes and one had nipples because the foe he was going after was afraid of nipples, and he was like, I got just the thing, Robin. Put on these nips.
How do you fight someone like that? You just rub him all while he just stands there no, please stop rubbing them.
Well, it could be possible that maybe they can actually literally cut glass, and maybe if they're in a bind, you're like, hold on, let me see what I can do, and they might form a circle and cut their way out. But it also could make sense because in the 4th movie he did fight Mr. Freeze, so maybe the nipples weren't embedded on the costume. He was actually just nipping. So that's another possibility.
Oh God.
I guess when you think about it like that, you put it into that perspective. You have Mr. Freeze is freezing everything. Whenever your nipples get hard and they get erect, you need room to have. They need to breathe.
Because imagine how it's going to chafe in that suit.
Exactly. So the nipples, they had a place to go.
Yeah, exactly. They fit perfectly in there. It's like a fleshlight for your nipples.
Without that suit, there's no way they would have defeated Mr. Freeze.
So okay,
for nipples.
So the fourth movie has a pass, but there's no excuse for the third movie, which also had bad nipples.
It was just overlooked because Val Kilmer, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
I guess that's the most interesting part of its portrayal of Batman, I guess.
And Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face.
Oh, God.
You know what? When I was a kid, I remember seeing the clip, and I guess he was doing his lawyering thing in the courtroom, and then somebody threw a cup at him. It was some acid. I always thought it was coffee.
It looks like coffee. Yeah, it's like really dark.
I was like, is that what happens when coffee gets on your face? Oh no!
It's a subliminal message. Don't drink coffee, kids.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
You'll turn evil.
I wonder if that was around the time where that lady sued McDonald's for burning herself with coffee.
I don't know.
I have 2 legs now. One leg's all burnt and purple. She's all flipping coins and shit. Yeah, I think I would have been traumatized if I were a kid and I thought that was coffee. Like, I would just never drink coffee ever. I'd be afraid it was just going to tip over, somehow splash and bounce off the ground and burn me, and then I'd have to fight Batman.
No, I'm gonna become a super villain. I don't want to be a super villain.
Rachel!
Now I'm going to have to wear tacky suits and hang out with Jim Carrey. Which wouldn't be so bad, I guess. But, yeah. So speaking of Iron Man, apparently there's a 3-year-old boy who was, I guess he was born without a hand. And so he made himself a prosthetic hand that looks, it's like, I guess they called it a quote-unquote Iron Man hand. So Luis had sent me this topic, so I thought I would share it with you all.
Do they shoot beams out of it?
He does not shoot beams, but it did cost $40,000. So you'd think for something. Oh, apparently made it with 3D printing technology.
Okay.
So
nice.
if you ever need a hand,
Oh, let's talk to Rick in the comics then.
what's that?
So let's talk to Rick in the comics then.
Yeah. So it's obviously but it's obviously not in continuity because, like you said, it doesn't shoot lasers. He can't levitate himself, and it's not quite an Iron Man hand, kid. Like, I know you tried. I know you were only 3, but I mean, Tony, when he was 3, I mean, he was building robots. So
Yeah, he was a genius kid.
yeah, exactly. You need to catch up there, kid.
As long as it has a speaker in it and it plays AC/DC every time he opens it.
That would be awesome. Can you imagine how much that would annoy his parents? He's just like, bam, manana, manana. All right, for the last time, we know you want chocolate milk. You don't have to play that, damn it. But it's kind of cool, and it kind of looks like. Do you ever play with Kinects? Like they were like those.
Yes.
They were supposed to be like the future of Legos, and everyone's like, "Yeah, I'd just rather play with Legos." But they kind of looks like it's made out of those.
Nice.
It's like it has yellow. Like actually, it almost looks like McDonald's. Like the hand looks like the McDonald's French fry thing, and the fingers look like little French fries.
So you're telling me that little kid, he's loving it, right?
Yes.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yes. I'm also telling you that Ronald McDonald is his father.
No!
So he obviously has high
It's
cholesterol.
not possible.
You must believe it.
Grimace is the emperor.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Do it.
The Hamburglar, I guess.
Do
would be
it.
Like, I guess he'd have to be a rebel, so maybe the Hamburglar would be like Han Solo. Oh man, that'd be an excellent movie.
Iron Man 4.
Yep, coming to a theater near you, or not. So yeah, good old Iron Man. So for those of you who love Robert Liefeld, you have time to you get to see him return again to the pages of Deadpool. So apparently right now they're doing Deadpool versus X-Force, and I guess they also have a Deadpool versus Hawkeye.
Yeah, Deadpool vs. X-Force just finished last week.
Okay, and is that where this panel comes from?
Yeah, they reused the panel.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny. Okay, so basically, Rob Liefeld created both Cable and Deadpool back in the 90s, a.k.a. the Dark Ages of comics. And so...
No, he didn't create Deadpool, but he... I'm sorry, Cable, kind of. because Cable was already a character before him. He just, I guess, kind of sort of created the adult version.
Okay.
It's all technicality issue and stuff.
So it was like a kid that was drawn. He just drew pouches on it. I made him. He's mine now. Okay, well, he's credited usually as creating Cable.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, he created the look for adult Cable, which looks ridiculous, as cool as a lot of people find him. I mean, he really does. Like, you look at him, okay, he has got a glowing yellow eye for really no reason. He's got a giant metal arm, and then he has, like, wavy, like, white hair, again, for no reason, and giant running back shoulder pads, and a bunch of pouches. And guns that are probably bigger than his body mass. But anyway, so...
It's the future, man.
Yeah. The future. So I guess Deadpool is going through, because obviously Deadpool breaks the fourth wall, so he goes back into his previous comic, which Rob Liefeld drew. And this part is, like, he has, like, commentary. So he's commentating about the panel, and the line there, he's just like, run, Nathan, run, we're trapped in New Mutants number 98, which was, was their first appearance. He's like, and where are my feet? Because obviously Liefeld never draws feet. And in the panel, it's like, yeah, he's covered, like, the panel cuts off where his right foot should be, and Cable's head is in the way of his left foot. So I love how it's all self-aware. And then I guess someone tweeted at Rob Liefeld to ask him how much royalties he got for the one page of this art, which I'd imagine he's not getting any royalties. I don't think Marvel... They don't own any of those characters, so I don't see why he'd get royalties. But I thought it was funny. It's like, my non-disclosure prevents me providing any commentary, correction, or educational response. So I think that translates to I didn't get paid shit.
Yeah. Although that response just makes me think, why didn't DC make him sign a non-disclosure? Then we wouldn't have to see the public, display that he put on when he left DC.
Yeah. Well, they obviously didn't think that far ahead, because the fact that they went through the process of even hiring him to begin with, I just think, like, he should have it in his contract, like, he has to go to art school and learn to draw feet. Like, we will give you this great contract, but you must draw feet. Like, every panel must have feet.
I can't do it.
He's like Zoolander, I can't turn left and draw feet. But I don't know. I feel it's just the gift that keeps on giving. Like, I just love it. It's just like they dust off this old-ass comic, and now we can enjoy its ridiculousness all over again. So I can post that in the chat with all the one person that's in there, which is Luis, who's here anyway.
Hey, Geek Snob. We got Geek Snob in the chat.
Okay, I didn't see him. Okay, so shout-outs to Geek Snob, who's also in the chat. Thank you for joining us.
I don't know what that was.
Oh. Somebody let the dogs out again.
Yeah, right. I need to close that gate. And he says, woo! I don't know if that was to the barking or to the shout-out, but we'll go with both.
We'll go both.
So this next topic is something near and dear to my heart and near and dear to the heart of America. So it says 24 Live Another Day has inspired a potential movie. And I just know that if this movie gets made, it's going to be the greatest movie ever.
6 seasons in a movie?
Yep. Actually, no, it's 9 seasons now, sir.
9 seasons in a
9
movie?
seasons. Well, one is technically a half season. Well, it's 12 episodes. We'll consider that a full season. And a TV movie. I was just watching the clip on YouTube. I was like, this is awful.
Sounds so awful.
Because after I got done watching 24 and I was playing Splinter Cell, I was like, this would be perfect to do like a 24 game with like the Splinter Cell style, gameplay. And I was like, it fits perfectly. I mean, Sam Fisher's practically Jack Bauer. If Jack Bauer was slightly less, badass. But yeah, I was like, this would be perfect. I was like, well, they have to have a 24 game out there somewhere, and I'm playing it. It's awful. It's unspeakable. It's like, the only game I think is worse, if you've ever played the Game of Thrones game, that game is terrible. And I know it's terrible because I have it, because I was told it was terrible, and I was like, you know what, it can't be that bad, but it was.
So the 24 game, is it called 24 the game?
I'm not sure. It's probably 24 with some weird subtitle, like...
Yeah, it has some weird subtitle, if I remember correctly.
Because I think it was for PS2, maybe?
2.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think it was PS2.
I'm Googleizing.
If not, very early PS3.
And okay, yeah, nope. 24 the game.
See, that's how you know the game is terrible.
Put the game on it.
They did not even bother with a subtitle.
Title.
Wow, and it's still at the retail price of $13.
Yikes.
Yeah, for this.
That was the retail price, like originally?
Well, I mean, if you're going to get it off of Amazon, and then, the list price is $39.99, but the Amazon price where you save 66%, and lo and behold, it's in stock. Because these things are
Please buy this.
I'm sure they're flying off the shelf.
Flying off the shelf?
Not yet. Not until we put that Let's Play up, and everyone's going to want to play this game.
And the movie comes out.
Yeah.
24, the movie game.
The movie.
So they were
24.
So I know there were rumors beforehand. I guess now there's rumors that they're going to do a movie again. And I know at the time before they decided to do 24 Live Another Day, that actually has a subtitle because it's good. They were thinking about teaming him up with Bruce Willis and doing like a crossover with Die Hard, which I thought was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
The only person that I think Jack Bauer should team up with is Liam Neeson. I think they would be perfect because they can just add more backstory where like they were part of this elite team back where they were doing whatever they were doing, and now they're teaming up. Like they either need to team up or just try and fight each other.
Who do you think would win in that fight?
Jack Bauer. There's one answer. It's Jack Bauer.
Honestly, well, I think Jack Bauer would prevail eventually, but I think Liam Neeson would kick his ass first. Because I think Liam Neeson is better hand to hand, but Jack Bauer is Jack Bauer, so he's got to win regardless somehow. And I evidenced this from I believe it was season 6, where he got his ass handed to him by one of the other agents, who subsequently got killed like 2 minutes later. So you might kick Jack Bauer's ass, but
I'm not saying Jack Bauer is not gonna get hit once or twice or whatever. But I'm saying like the way he asked who the winner would be. That's what I'm saying. Jack Bauer.
Yeah,
it might take a while, but it's gonna be Jack Bauer.
When the gunpowder is all settled, Jack Bauer will reign supreme.
Nah, bruh. You want me to tell you why Liam Neeson would come out on top?
Tell me why.
Because you're calling him Liam Neeson and Jack Bauer, who was Kiefer Sutherland, calling Jack Bauer. You got to remember, man, Liam Neeson has trained Batman.
True.
He's been a god of gods.
Yeah.
He's done all this badass stuff. His family's been taken twice, and he got him back.
To be fair, Jack Bauer's family was taken in season 1 of 24.
Yeah, his family wasn't just taken; they were killed, and almost every girlfriend was killed. So he's had it worse in the family department.
Yeah, but I'm saying Liam Neeson saved all of his family.
Hey, Jack Bauer's gonna.
Yeah, well, Jack Bauer saved the world like how many times now? So Liam Neeson saved like 2 or 3 people.
I think Jack Bauer could kill Liam Neeson as Zeus. He would find a way. It wouldn't make any sense, but he would do it. If he had to fly Air Force One right into Zeus's face to do it, that's exactly what he would do. While America Fuck Yeah is playing over the loudspeaker. The Kraken he would just shoot it right between the eyes. Be like, you're in my way, and you're gonna. No, actually, he'd be torturing the Kraken to tell him where Liam Neeson / Zeus is.
It'd just be making
where is he?
Whatever noises Krakens make.
Tell me what I want to know. The only noise he'd be singing is he'd be singing the tune to whatever Jack Bauer wants him to sing. But I don't know. I think it would be cool if like they did a movie where both their families get kidnapped, and they think it's the other person, and then like it's like the way like they always do like the Marvel team ups where they're fighting first, and they're like, wait, we should team up and kick someone else's ass.
Yeah.
And then they team up, and just like the whole second half of the movie is just one nonstop action scene of them just killing everybody.
That's what the crossover was gonna be called. Die Hard 24/7.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
It's just like. But you know what would be better though? If that was a 24th Die Hard movie, because then it would be like the title would be like a double entrada.
I think Kiefer Sutherland would be dead by then. But probably Bruce Willis too. It'd be like their offspring. It'd be like Jack Bauer's daughter. Like, if you ever have the time, like if you're caught up on every other show, you should definitely watch the first season of 24. Not because it's good of Jack Bauer. It should just be called Jack Bauer. Only because Kim Bauer, that's her name. Kim Bauer. Like if you're ever afraid to have a daughter because you're afraid she's going to get into some trouble, don't watch this because Kim Bauer is the epitome of like everything bad will ever happen to her. It's like, hey, we're going to a party with some seedy guys. Oh, they turn out to be kidnappers. Oh, they turn out to be kidnappers for terrorists. Oh, they just ran my best friend over in the car. Like, it's just like she can't not get into trouble. Like the first two, like after the second season, I think it was almost like, okay, how is she going to keep getting into trouble on the same day that terrorists are threatening the United States? And eventually they just kind of wrote her out. They're like, all right, we've had enough. There's no more conceivable trouble a human being can possibly get into. But then she still came back for one more season, though. The best part was, like, she's, like, getting kidnapped by some crazy dude for whatever reason. I don't remember. And she's, like, with, like, this really, like, limp-wristed looking dude. And I'm like, really? Like, after getting kidnapped by terrorists, you're not going to get, like, a more badass boyfriend? And, like, 2 seconds after that thought goes through my head, he, like, spin kicks this dude in the face. I'm like, all right. He's got some skill. I take it back. It's exactly what she should be dating.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Not at all. Not at all. Especially when that cover has a spin kick on it.
He's like, yeah, I didn't miss leg day, bro.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I do my cardio kickboxing, bro. I do my Taibo. Bully Blanks is my second cousin. But I don't know, Die Hard 24/7, the name alone actually sounds badass. I just think it wouldn't work. Like, if it was like Die Hard pre-Die Hard 4, I think it would work.
Die Hard 4 was a good Die Hard.
It was not bad, but that's where John McClane went from the everyman to the I destroy helicopters with cars and Harrier jets with semi-trucks. Where it just became, like, over the top. It was still good, but it's like...
It was a little over the top, but... There are some things within the Die Hard franchise before that.
Yeah.
Especially in...
with The Vengeance?
Yes. With that one and the second one, which was probably the worst one, not counting Die Hard 5.
Okay, I never even saw 5. I've seen the second one once, and I don't remember it very well. I just remember it was in an airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 eventually just ended up becoming like 16 Blocks, a remake.
Whoa.
Man.
Calm down.
Hold on.
16 Blocks was a really good Bruce Willis movie.
That's what Die Hard 5 eventually ended up becoming like a remake of that movie. We gotta take you to like over there, 16 blocks away.
They went to Moscow and he's surviving all these, like, he got hit by like a missile and then he's still walking around with his kid like, oh, we gotta go find those terrorists. It was like if
been hit a few times but I don't walk with a limp. They say, McClane, you hot, but I want them to love me like they love Pac.
It took like too much influence from the action movies of today and didn't stay true to what Die Hard was.
Yeah, I can see that. I guess my whole thing with Die Hard 4 is not that it was bad. I just think like Jack Bauer wouldn't fit in that universe because as over the top as he is, that's more over the top. Whereas the over the top stuff, I think in at least the first and third Die Hard, or at least more in line of like what would actually kind of mesh. Mm-hmm. Unless they just make Jack Bauer take missile shots and be like, psst, America. Which actually would be kind of badass, so maybe that would be a cool movie. So I don't know. But I'm now just thinking of like John McClane just taking like a full-on, not like a transporter blocking a missile with a cookie sheet, but it's full-on just taking it to the chest and just like dusting himself off and be like, come on, son, what are you waiting for, Christmas?
That's right. I'm unbreakable.
That is true. He is unbreakable. Although he did die in Sin City. He did blow his own brains out. So, not the second one, which is alive again.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I think it's a prequel, which is also weird because then what's her face's character, Jessica Alba, has like scars, which he doesn't have in the next movie, which makes me think that it's not a prequel.
I think it's a direct sequel.
Is it?
Yeah, because it mentions.
The thing is that in the books, they always jumped around time. Like there's
that's right.
like it's just like in the book, certain scenes take place after the first one. Some take place before, or in between. So even in the books, it was the time was just confusing.
So it's Days of Sin City past.
Yep.
I wonder if Quicksilver will make an appearance. Oh, okay, yeah, I said, the story's told out of sequence. I still haven't seen it. I don't even know it's still in theaters because it didn't do too well. it's getting the Kick-Ass 2 treatment of hey, here's a movie nobody wants to see.
I can't wait to see Jessica Alba say, I'm not going to do 633 because you pirates, blah, blah.
Decoder.
You guys
Decoder
ruined
strikes
it.
again.
That's hilarious. Speaking of that, I think, what's her face? Hit Girl. She's in a movie with Denzel Washington that just came out recently. I haven't seen it.
Hasn't come out yet.
Is that her?
It's called The Equalizer.
Equalizer?
Okay, I think just IGN had reviewed it. But I don't know. I really hope it's just Training Day, but with her.
It's based off of a TV series. I guess it was in the 80s.
Oh,
It's called
yeah.
Equalizer. But it looks pretty badass.
Yeah.
I guess I just hope it's like a mixture of Training Day and like Man on Fire.
Well, the director of Training Day is directing this one, so
well, there you go.
and Denzel Washington,
Yeah,
who also should team up with Liam Neeson.
dude, that would be awesome. Yeah,
You know
I would like that.
speaking of Liam Neeson, I like how there's a movie now that he's coming out with, or it's out, I'm not sure, like Walking Tombstones or something. I can't remember the exact title, but if you look at the trailer, it's basically Taken 3.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because instead of like somebody from him, it's taken like somebody hires him. Like, my wife was taken. I need you to go get her. So it's Taken 3.
That at least kind of makes sense for the series, because at least it's like the villains have learned their lesson. We're not going to take his family, but they don't know not to take other families. Like, they don't know he's on call. Like, now that's just his profession again. But yeah, I think it actually is a logical step for the Taken series, because it's still somewhat in the realm of believability. Geek Snob was asking if the movie's connected to the series. I think referring to Equalizer, and I don't think so. But go ahead, Luis.
No, I'm saying like they are actually making an actual Taken 3, but Liam Neeson was like, okay, hold on. If we're going to do this, nobody's getting taken this time. So it's like, okay, then why are you calling it Taken if nobody's getting taken?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's getting taken.
Maybe they're taking an ass whooping.
Oh!
You know what? That's how they should do the Taken 24 crossover. So Jack Bauer, what's left of Jack Bauer's family gets taken, and they call in Liam Neeson to go get them. But that also brings Jack Bauer out of hiding, and they end up like, you're not good enough to save my family. And then Liam Neeson's like, bro, my family survived. What happened to your family? He's like, fuck you. And they start fighting. And then finally, they're like, what, we'll just go get my family back. Let's just kill terrorists.
I respect you.
Yeah. After they're both like shot to shit and they can't save anybody, they're like, you know what? You've earned my respect. Let's go get my family before we bleed out.
I respect your particular set of skills.
I respect your dedication to America.
This time it would have to be Jack Bauer's grandson.
Jason Bourne?
Oh, that's right. He does have a grandson. Oh, that'd be badass if his grandson was Jason Bourne. Matt Damon's back. Matt Damon. Enter somewhere in here. Yeah, I can see Bourne being the son of Bauer. The son of Bauer and Liam Neeson.
I had 2 gay dads.
What about it?
Liam Neeson would be like, let's take my particular set of skills and your particular set of skills. And let's put them together.
Let's put them together and stab the womb. So, so apparently Michael Caine was an Equalizer, I guess, during the series. And Geek Snob says he was a badass. Yes, Sir Michael Caine, a.k.a. Alfred, a.k.a. Penny One, for those of you that listen to the the game show episode. So, yeah. So, in other movie news, I don't know if you guys played Shadow of Colossus. Only one shadow.
I haven't. I got it for my birthday like 2 years ago. I still haven't played it because I have like a plethora of PS3 games to get through still.
Oh, yeah, there are quite a few good ones.
I've seen it. I've never actually played it though, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's really played it.
Well,
but we've all seen it. We all know what it's about.
We all saw it in that one Adam Sandler movie.
Oh, was it in an Adam Sandler movie?
Yeah, Rain Over Me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
One of his good movies.
Okay, I haven't seen it. I think the last Adam Sandler movie I watched was Big Daddy. I don't think I saw any after that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody saw Rain Over Me except for me and Blood Ocean.
Get your own in the theater. Yeah.
I've never seen
it. With War Machine was in that movie?
Which one?
Yeah. The second one. The second one.
The one who's still getting acting jobs. Okay. I guess he would be War Machine by a transitive property. But Shadow Colossus, apparently they're making a movie. So the only thing I know about that movie or that game is the horses are very lifelike, and you fight a bunch of bosses that are really big and
they're like giant like titans or
I think there's something like 12.
Titans.
Yeah, there's 12.
And the whole game is you traveling and defeating these different bosses.
You're trying to like revive your girlfriend because she's like dead, so you're trying to like revive her somehow. And, like as you go along, your character like his face and his body gets like more like dirty and there's like actual like physical like things happening to him.
Actual, like battle damage.
Yeah.
Did you get to after you kill the first boss? Sorry, your dead princess is in another castle.
Yeah. It's more like a spiritual type thing at the end.
Oh, I see. Huh. That's cool, I guess.
That's something that I think I need to play it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. Like, Bobby Beetle, like, he's very particular about the games. Like, he trades in practically every game he gets. He'll get it, beat it, trade it in. And if it's worthy to stay in his collection, like, it's got to be a badass game. Like, Shadows of Colossus is one of the few that actually has that treatment. So, and he plays a shitload of video games. So it's like I take his opinion into consideration. I wanted to play this game a long time ago. I just never did because I do that with a lot of things. Yeah, and it always looked really cool. So I don't know how it's going to translate into a movie, especially the fact that I don't really know how detailed the story is, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. So basically, Josh Trank of the Chronicle fame and of the event whenever Fantastic Four comes out. So he was originally signed on to make this movie in 2012. So they said he might have actually given up the movie. So the person who's supposed to direct it now is Andreas Machete or something. Machete. And he directed the horror film Mama, which
that movie was.
Mama.
I think I heard good things about
Mama,
that.
You know,
it wasn't like in the trailer. It looks very frightening and scary, but the actual movie is not scary. The ending is pretty stupid.
Oh well.
Did they play Dear Mama by
They kind of play on that creepy girl thing.
Oh, that played out trope of horror movies.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like the creepy girl, like The Ring type creepy?
No.
Not even that creepy. Just like, hey, it's a girl and she's looking kind of weird. I guess I should be scared.
With me.
So, for the person who's co-writing it is Seth Lockhead, not to be confused with Kitty Pryde's Lockhead or Seth MacFarlane. I don't know if anyone saw the movie Hannah. The movie Hannah. It was kind of like if Liam Neeson's character in Taken had a daughter that was as badass as him, who was also taken and raised in the snow and became a badass. That's who Hannah would be.
Did you see it?
I saw it. It was actually really good. I liked it a lot. She just looked really weird because she had like dyed blonde like eyebrows, and it looked really funny.
Apologies to anyone who thinks I'm laughing at your blonde eyebrows.
Well, I make no apologies. If you got blonde eyebrows, I will laugh at you.
Just remember, Prometheus, with Kitty Pryde, it's Lockheed.
Oh, okay.
H-E-D.
Close enough. But
there's no close enough. It's right or wrong.
Yeah, and I'm right. Okay. Eric Bana was the one that's in it. So she was being raised by the Hulk. So that's what it was. It was like he was like an ex-CIA operative, and he was raising her out in the woods for whatever reason. I think he gets killed, and the people that kill him are like after her, and she's just fucking shit up. Like it's badass. I'd recommend it. It's not like the most in-depth story, but it's just like this chick, and it's like sometimes they'll have like the girl or like the petite woman like killing a bunch of dudes, and it's like this is cool, but it doesn't look realistic. Like they do it in a way that it seems believable. I mean, if people could do all these feats, it doesn't look like really cheesy. So the guy who's co-writing the script for Shadows of the Colossus, which seems like a completely different kind of movie. Like I would expect that screenwriter for the 24 Taken crossover, so it seems a little out of place. So and since I haven't seen Mama, I don't know really how to feel about that, and I don't know if this game's supposed to be like a horror type game.
No, it's like a adventure, like not I guess role play. I guess. So like it's just like a big like adventure.
Yeah, it'd be like if It'd feel like if Zelda were cool. If the Legend of Zelda were like a badass game.
Oh,
what?
Low blow, low blow.
One of my favorite series of all time.
I know, mine too.
I'm wearing a shirt, dang it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that comment was not made by Prometheus. Do not murder me. All I said was people with blonde eyebrows look kind of funny. I don't know. I haven't played much Zelda, but I know it's a very beloved series. And
you should definitely, if you can ever get the chance to play Twilight Princess, which is one of the greatest versions of, one of the better, greatest games in the last few years.
Yeah,
I would agree.
Fuzzy Slipper seems to disagree.
Well, Fuzzy Slippers is wrong about Legend of Zelda, so we can't trust what he said.
Twilight Princess was kind of forgettable for me. I played through it once, and then I didn't feel compelled to play through it again. I actually traded it in.
Burn.
I kept Wind Waker, and I rebought Wind Waker when it came out on the
HD.
The HD version.
I played Twilight Princess so many times over, I lost count.
Well, I don't know. Whenever they make Zelda for the PlayStation consoles,
that'll never happen.
I'll be sure to give it a shot. I only remember playing the NES version. I liked attacking the chickens. That's my experience.
Link to the Past.
Oh no, I played a little bit of Zelda 2, that weird
Zelda 2.
one.
Yeah. That one was pretty tough. I actually did like that one a lot because I kind of grew up with that one for a little bit because my dad bought the NES when I was real little, but I didn't even know what games even were. But he would play it, and I just watched him play it. So I had to have all the music and everything, the memories.
Nice.
So we can all agree that Zelda is a great game, and especially Fuzzy Slippers enjoys it. I don't know.
Just waiting for that Majora's Mask HD.
Oh yeah.
All the fans want it because they have the Ocarina of Time 3D.
Oh,
so it's the same engine in the 64. It's the same engine, same characters, everything. It's just different styles.
Everyone's been waiting for it to be ported to the 3DS.
Yeah, just everyone's just Nintendo, just do it.
They're just being haters.
Give it to
you
us.
Want it?
We will buy it.
We will buy it.
And there's all this fan support and there's a thing called Operation Moonfall, which is because in the game the moon is falling.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the Bond episode. Moonfall, moonfall.
Oh man, do you remember when Majora's Mask was coming out and the marketing campaign for it?
Yeah,
it was so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's one where it's his two little boys and the girlfriend of one was hey, can Johnny hang out? It's no, he's gotta go save the world or something like that.
Yeah, they had all these scenes of people holding up signs.
It was an end of the world type thing.
And then it just centered the one that I remember watching in school for I guess a homeroom class or whatever. They had all that going on, and then everybody's looking up at this TV screen, and it goes to this one kid who's got the N64 controller in his hand, and he's playing the game on the TV, and it's everything depends on his actions. This is the one guy who's got to save the world. And it was really, really epic back then. I don't know what's going on now with Twilight Princess.
Well, it was a big deal because it was a launching game for the Wii. When the Wii was announced, this new Zelda came out, and it was the whole new motion controls. You actually feel you're actually swinging it.
Yeah, I love it. You take out your sword, by it's
way different compared
Wii remote. That's right. I have a sword in my hand.
Yeah, it's way different compared to Skyward Sword because Skyward Sword is 1-to-1. You actually feel you're actually swinging it up and down, left and right.
Yes.
The Twilight Princess, you can just swing in any direction. He'll just swing
I remember
normal.
I guess they took a step back with the latest one. You don't need that many choices. We don't want to confuse people.
I still haven't played it yet, but with that one, with Skyward Sword, what I've heard from people who have played it is you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
And you're going to get really, really tired playing it.
Yeah.
Well, I loved it, except for certain sequences that I hated. Where you because there was some segments where you went to this other world and you had to collect teardrops or something. I hated those parts with a passion.
You hated collecting the tears of the children.
Well, that was the
yes. Let them cry. They can cry me a river.
Cry me a river.
Those the most terrifying parts because there's these giant statues, I guess. And
Yeah.
when you step out and out of the safe zone, like you had a certain amount of time to get another tier, and if the time runs out, then they all come after you. It's like they know exactly where you are. And it's kind of scary, actually.
So weird, the idea of collecting tiers.
Well, they copied it from Twilight Princess because you did the same thing, but it was like better, I guess, in Twilight Princess.
It
The
was.
next one's be like saliva
Yeah.
or something. You have to take blood samples
But,
of all the children.
Yeah,
You walk
I need to
around
get me a
with no
Wii U so I can play. I need to get me a Wii U so I can play eventually get the new one whenever it comes out.
Yeah, 2015
because
probably.
the open worldness now, it's like instead of like going in, like transitions or whatever. Now like everything's like open world. It's like almost like one giant room.
Yeah,
and
it's
it just looks
like
amazing.
Shadow of the Colossus, man. That's gonna be great.
Oh, like Skyrim.
So, are you referring to the Hyrule Warriors, or is that a different Zelda that's coming out?
Hyrule Warriors is its own
Okay,
title.
so it doesn't really
It's not really like it's not.
It's not canon.
It's in the
Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors franchise. Okay,
I heard
that's
it
what I thought.
Yeah.
somewhere that's like it's Dynasty Warriors with Zelda slapped onto it.
Yeah, like Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah.
Which Jay, I'm sure, is playing right now.
Yeah, Miyamoto actually during an interview he was like, I didn't want this to be like a full-on Zelda sequel, so I was like, just make it Dynasty Warriors and put Link in there.
Yeah,
Like Soul
which
Calibur.
to me
Put
is
Link in
amazing
there.
because after all the videos, I'm like, I really want to play this.
It actually looks fun, and I haven't played Dynasty Warriors since like Dynasty Warriors 4, and I think they're on like 20,000 or something by now. but it's like it actually looks like they finally upgraded and improved on it's such a simple concept that should be way better than it already is. It's like by the time you get to next gen, like the graphics should be great. You should have a in-depth combo system. Like if all you want to do is like if you want to be the epitome of hack and slash, like there's still so much more they could do. And I don't know, because I really loved Dynasty Warriors 3. Like, don't pursue Lu Bu, and I pursued him and I died. So I didn't. I learned my lesson, but no. I don't know, and obviously Dynasty Warriors Gundam, I haven't played it, but I'm sure Jay can attest to that. It's a fantastic game. So, I don't know, I actually kind of wish they'd throw more franchises in there.
It's I'm pretty sure that this is gonna be the next top seller for the Wii U.
I can see
definitely.
You got so many people who love the Dynasty Warriors franchise, and you got so many people who love the Zelda franchise, and it's gonna kind of open up a new perspective for fans of both franchises. So, I mean, and you got Link running around killing a bunch of moblins and stuff. Come on now.
All right, so I can tell you this: Jay is on the PS3, but he's not playing. It says he's on Netflix.
Well,
What most consoles are used for nowadays.
yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
I can't wait
I
to make.
just bought this for $300 just for Netflix.
Well, I guess it's cheaper than one of those like smart TVs or
That's
whatever.
true.
Yeah.
So, I guess that works. I don't know. I'm still waiting for Jack Bauer Warriors. I think that'll be awesome. Fight armies and armies.
It'll just be him saying, "Damn it, I don't have time for this."
Damn it, Chloe! Upload this to my PDA. I need to say President Paul Palmer. That'd be awesome.
Damn it, Kim got kidnapped again.
They've released Syntax gas into CTU. Damn it! Why is there another mole in CTU every fucking season?
It's waves of terrorists being taken down.
Yeah. He's just sitting there with like an M6. He's just, Chloe, upload more bullets to my gun.
You have 24 hours, literally 24 real life hours to play this game, and if you take a break, the clock keeps going.
It just blows up. Your system fries. That's what you get for not saving America. Oh man, that'd be awesome. I want that game.
You know what? Like as you're fighting people, instead of they should have the song like the Team America song instead of America, but like Jack Bauer. Hell yeah!
Yeah. Here to save the day, yeah. Man, we can dream, can't we? We can dream.
We can.
So I found this article. I'm sure you guys have heard about Twitch being bought by Amazon.
Right.
And so apparently the president of ESPN, he had a little thing to say about that. He's like, whatever, esports aren't real sports anyway. So we've actually had this discussion, I believe, on Safe File Corrupted. But I don't know. How do you guys feel? Because I remember they were talking about trying to get like esports in the Olympics, like as an actual
I
sport.
thought, like they're trying to get like Call of Duty into the X Games.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you can have a skill playing the game, but like you're not like breaking bones.
Yeah.
You're not like putting your blood, sweat, and tears and like your life's efforts.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like it's kind of weird because it's like okay, because there's like the sports that some people don't consider sports, like NASCAR, but you can still burst into flames and die.
Yeah.
So they at least get props in that regard. Like it's still a physical activity.
Hey, you could spontaneously combust while playing Call of Duty. You never know.
The friction, man.
You could choke on your Hot Pocket and Mountain Dew. It is possible.
Here's the thing though about video games that into Olympics or X Games, whatever. I think it should happen because that means at least the people playing will get out their house once every 4 years.
Nice.
Oh, they're just gonna go to
this
somebody
is what
else's
real life
house.
looks like.
Right.
So I don't know. I guess basically what he says is it's not a sport; it's a competition. Chess is a competition. Checkers is. Mostly, I'm interested in doing real sports. Which I guess when you think about it, I mean, I don't know. Go ahead.
No, I just find that hilarious. It's like, esports aren't real, but checkers, that's a sport right
no.
there.
I think he was saying, like, he would put it in that category of, like, it's still competitive.
It's competition, but it's not a
sport.
physical.
Yeah. Because it's like, even with people like, golf isn't that physically taxing. It's like, yeah, but you still got to move and you got to hit a ball really hard and really far.
Yeah.
And you got to get it into a tiny hole.
I missed every single shot.
Yeah.
Every single swing. It is not easy.
In the water every time.
I'll stay with virtual golf.
That Wii Sports?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, it's like, I guess I can see why people are like, oh, we want to be treated as real sports because, the audience has grown so much. I mean, they bought Twitch for like almost $1 billion. So obviously there's an audience there. But I think it's kind of silly to conflate it with, like, people doing, like, these crazy acrobatics and stuff like they have in the Olympics. It's like, no, it's a completely different particular skill set. And it's like, sure, you do have to train for hours. But it's like, to me, it's like you're trying, like, with a lot of video games, especially fighting games, you're trying to exploit, like, broken things that are in a system. And granted, you are having to do inputs that take... I can't do any of this shit. So obviously I'm not saying, like, oh, that's easy, anybody can do it. That shit's tough. But I don't know, it's still not the same thing. In the same way of, like, I don't know, being the best chess player, poker player, also takes skills. I don't know, it's a lot different. But it would be interesting to see the growth of esports, especially as it pertains to fighting games, because I feel like, actually, well, it has been growing. It's been growing every year. So I wonder if with the Amazon money behind it, if it's going to, I don't know, I wonder if it's going to help it or if it's just gonna stagnate, because it might be like the Oculus effect where it's like, well, fuck it, now there's a big corporate sponsor behind it. But people generally like Amazon for the most part.
Yeah.
I agree with the was it ESPN president?
Yeah.
I couldn't.
President John Skipper.
I could. That's his name.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
Hey, Skip.
What a great name.
Well, I mean, I agree with Skippy. I would not consider it, or I wouldn't even want to watch Call of Duty being right next to, gymnastics or football or something. It's like it's okay if you want it to be, if you want esports to be a thing, just have it be its own thing.
Mm.
You don't have to have it blobbed in or
don't give them a gold medal.
They can get like a digital gold medal. You get a trophy.
Get an achievement.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah.
You just want to get a trophy.
But yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. It's just ridiculous because it's like, I don't know. To me, like, there has to be some form of athleticism for something to be considered a sport, I think, at the bare minimum. And you obviously don't have to be to play any video game. Like, you can make an argument if it's like Wii Sports, because you at least have to be up off of your ass. But and then you look at it like that, it's like, okay, that makes it even more ridiculous, because it's like, it's the simplification of all the things you'd have to do in an actual sport. So I don't know, but yeah, it would be cool if they had like a video game Olympics and maybe like the top.
Or do like a
Mario and Sonic at the Olympics.
Yeah. Gotta get the rings and the coins.
Don't they have those things anyways? I mean, it's not like an Olympic thing or whatever, but they have like their own like video game tournaments, and like there are grand and such where you actually like win monies and money prizes and all that.
Yeah, it comes on after the Puppy Bowl.
The Puppy Bowl.
And right before the lingerie bowl.
The lingerie bowl.
Sponsored by Fleshlight. But yeah, I mean they have Evo, which is the big fighting game one.
Yeah.
And I know Major League Gamers. I know they do more of the first-person shooters ones, I believe.
Some fighting like Street Fighter.
Yeah, Capcom has got into it more with the Capcom Cup. And then I know, obviously...
You got the Madden tournament.
There's Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. Do they actually have, like... Is that part of the Major League Gamers?
I'm not sure, but it's definitely... It's Madden.
Or is that just every bro's Sunday in between football seasons? Like, bro, I got the new Madden. It's the same as the old Madden, but it's got a bigger number on it.
What was that movie that Fred Savage was in when he was a kid that was about gaming tournament he was going to?
It was The Wizard, right?
The Wizard, yeah.
Yeah, it was The Wizard.
I remember when I watched that, and then like he got to it, and like the last thing was like Mario 3, like right when it came out,
Bros. 3.
like that. Yeah.
I will give him
Like,
props.
oh, he never played this game before. What? He's in trouble.
Yeah. We didn't practice this. Oh my god! Like that movie was terrible, but it was like the best marketing ever because every kid saw that movie, and you see that game, you feel just like everyone in the movie. We're like, I gotta play this game. Oh my god, I didn't see. He's got a raccoon tail, dude. I need a raccoon tail. I don't know why. Not to be confused with the Wiz. But oh man.
I mean, if you think about it, it's like somebody. That's how time machines exist. Somebody witnessed everything that's going on with video games nowadays, and we're like, let me go back in time and write a movie about the future. But let's keep it subtle.
Yeah. California. Oh god, was that Fred Savage that played that kid, or was he the older brother?
No, it was Fred Savage.
Yeah, pretty
Fred
sure.
Savage is the older
From
brother.
the Wonder Years. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ben Savage is the
Boy
kid
Meets
on
World.
Boy Meets World.
Yeah, and Shia LaBeouf
World,
is both of them matched
Yeah.
together. I seriously thought Shia LaBeouf for the longest time. I thought he was an older Ben Savage. I'm not even joking. I thought that's who he was grown up. I always thought that was him for like about a good year or so. I was like, oh, they got different names. Maybe that's not him. So I found this article. It's kind of a late edition. So I don't know if you guys know about the, I think it's like the CERN, it's the Hadron Collider. I think that's what that shit's called. Yeah, the Hadron Collider. Anyway, basically what they do is they get particles and they speed them up at light speed and crash them into each other. And Stephen Hawking is like, whoa, pump those brakes, bro.
Hadron.
You might destroy the entire universe. So these guys probably need to chill it with that because we're in the universe and we don't have the Guardians of the Galaxy to save us, so we're going to be kind of fucked.
We're some of the idiots who live in this universe.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I'm hoping that he is wrong maybe. He's getting up there in age. Maybe he doesn't quite have it. Because I know they had the same type of machine in the Flash pilot, and that's how the Flash got his powers. So maybe instead of destroying the universe, we'll all just get superpowers.
Everybody just runs really fast.
Excuse me, guys. I have to go to my lab real quick. No, you know it's funny that you mentioned that because just this Saturday here, we had like a really bad a severe thunderstorm, and there was like lightning and hail and everything. So maybe the thing really did go off.
It's very possible. Well, because that's the thing, because I guess all the villains that are going to be in that series got their powers from that. Because one of them, the main villains, has like mist powers. I don't know if they're even weather powers, but he can make mist. Because when he gets pissed, he get mist.
Yeah, he's supposed to be Weather Wizard.
The Weather Wiz. California! He's going to take the Flash to play Mario 3, take him in the past. This is where you would have been on that faithful night before Reverse Flash killed your parents.
I guess that's the one thing. I guess they're not keeping close to the comics, and I guess one thing that kind of irks me is that they're all going to be metahumans.
Oh, okay.
Or at least for the part, they're all going to be.
So some.
I'm sure that's what it sounds like they're going with from the pilot.
It seems like it, because it was Captain Cold, and he just like a dude with the ice gun. Like, isn't he just Mr. Freeze's like kid brother? Or something?
He was. But in the New 52, they mess with some machines that that fused them with the powers they used.
So he was like at a 7-Eleven, and the frosting machine exploded on him. He's like, no, everything is cold.
I just wanted a Slurpee.
Yeah, this was like a Slurpee machine. He's like, instead of like an ice skate, he's spraying Slurpee on Flash and trying to make him slip.
Wait, so is that how everyone's created? There's an explosion and metahumans like kind of.
Yeah, there's like lightning that flies out of the Halderon Collider.
Oh, snap! That means Static Shock is coming back.
Static
son.
Shock.
I hope so. Put a shock to the system. Give me that trash can lid. That'd be awesome.
Hey, it could happen. I mean, it is possible that he could be added to the show.
I legitimately hope Static Shock, even if it's a cameo, and you just see him flying in the background, like Static Shock needs to come back. Like as much as DC has been trying to shove Cyborg down everyone's throat, it's Static Shock. He's the superhero that we need and deserve.
This is true.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Why can't he get any love? Like the last time he got any love was in like I think it was like Batman Beyond, and it was like old ass Static Shock, and he still had that same busted ass trash can, and he had like
the dreadlocks.
He had like gray dreadlocks, looking all janky, just like Batman,
looking like George Clinton.
Yep, pretty much.
And he can be played by Donald Glover. That's what I hope.
No, we need Donald Glover to play Spider-Man.
He's gonna play both. He's gonna pull a Chris Evans. He's gonna have
Chris
the TV
Evans.
series, and then afterwards he's gonna be. They're gonna see. He's gonna be so great as Static Shock. And be like, you know what? This guy's gonna be Miles Morales.
Or you could just have Donald Glover be young Static Shock, and then get the other Glover, the old Static Shock.
Oh man, I'm too old for this shit. Pass me my trash can lid. Riggs. Dude, that would be awesome. Oh man, I want to see this. I really do want to see those two in a movie somehow, like Days of Future Past style. I don't want your career. I don't want your rap talent.
I have a funny tangent story on Donald Glover because it was something that has to be shared.
All right.
He had this old Twitter name that he had to change. I don't know if it's like his actual name or his actual or the Twitter name, because to differentiate himself from the other Don Glover, he just put his name as Dio, was it like Don and then Glover? And so, oh no, I have to change that because when you read it, it looked like it said Don Lover.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, wait, no, I don't love Don. So you know what? I have to change it now. You should have kept it because that's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He's like, I don't love them. I just have a fondness for them, but I'm not ready to make that commitment.
So I'm just very affectionate, okay?
I don't know, but like for the longest time, like it took me a while to realize that wasn't the same person. I was just like, how is he in this? Like,
where is he?
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, right, I saw that movie. I don't remember seeing him in that. I just saw this young kid. But yeah, now you got me excited. I really am hoping that Static Shock is in the Flash.
It would be awesome, right?
It really would be, like, because it's like this character. Because I think he could have like a whole new audience. You see him like in live action.
Well, here's the thing: the Girder character that's going to be appearing in Flash is from the Milestone universe, where Static Shock is from. So, I mean, there's that possibility.
Come on, Warner Brothers. You need some more ethnic diversity.
Yeah, all right. Not everyone can be blonde with abs. Come on. Let's
Lightning gave me abs.
And fixed my teeth. Apparently, Lightning is very versatile. It can do quite a bit. I just wanted to read this number. So apparently, the collider creates 100 BN giga electron volts. It just seems like they're just like, we don't even know what to call this.
Just mash up two words together.
It's like, is it gigabytes, electrons, or volts? Like, just no one's gonna question you.
1.21 gigawatts.
It's like when AT&T was like, we got gigapowers. Like, it's not a thing. That's not a measurement. It's like, you guys just made that shit up.
Giga Bowser.
Giga
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Giga Power is a Pokemon move.
Yeah, probably. Giga. So scientists out there, please do not kill us. We need the universe, unless when you destroy this one, you create another universe, and it's even more badass. and then you can destroy this one. But you have to at least have like a process.
As long as they transport us into that universe with powers.
Yeah, exactly. As long as in that universe we get Static Shock in the Flash show, then I'm all for it.
Yes.
And Donald Glover can be Spider-Man in the Avengers.
It's like, sure you don't want, like peace on Earth, no more war. Like, no. I want Static Shock on Flash.
Yeah, right. That's all I ask. Your wish is done. Geek Snob says as long as it's not Waterworld.
World Hunger, solving world hunger. Get me Static Shock on Flash, and I'll be happy.
I think that's as good as solving world hunger.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think
I agree.
The Geek Snob's point. Yeah, I think that would definitely be a downgrade if we were in Waterworld, because then we'd be poorly directed, and Kevin Costner would be the savior.
Okay.
And
then Aqua would be like, "You're like, whose world is it now, suckers?"
Yeah, right. Whose world is this? The world is yours. At least Aquaman would be Jason Momoa, so he'd be pretty cool about it. But yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, that seems like that would be a good crossover though. Like Waterworld, and then all of a sudden, like all the Atlanteans like rise, and they're like, "Yeah, we got this. You guys have talked shit about my powers for decades, and now I'm the one you want to call." He's like, "You know what? Swim in it," and he just goes back down under. Hangs out with Sebastian. So
under the sea,
down here's wetter, down here's better. Take it from me. So
downward is wetter.
So okay. So we had talked before about, the potential Ghostbusters reboot, and Bill Murray's always been the one who's been like the most adamant, like, no, fuck that, we're not doing it. And then what's his face died, and now he's like, now they're definitely not doing it because that dude's dead. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, but
Harold Ramis.
R.I.P. Harold Ramis.
Yeah, Egon.
Yeah,
at least Egon.
Oh, okay, Egon.
Egon, but not forgotten.
Yes. I'll pour out some ecoplasma for
Honest
him.
trailer.
But anyway, so Bill Murray. Now,
that's right. It is from the Honest trailer.
I saw the little pop-up thing from Mixler. Anyway, so now they're talking about an all-female Ghostbusters reboot, and Bill Murray's like, "All right, I won't be in Ghostbusters, but that I actually do approve of." So he gave the thumbs up for that. Like, he's cool with it. He's not going to throw a bitch fit over that. Pardon the phrase.
Like
talking about
choice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's not like it has anything to do with him.
It's like, hold on. We can't do this until we get approved by Bill Murray.
Yeah, right.
No, you know what?
He's like Congress.
This actually makes a lot of sense. Bill Murray has done a movie before where he worked with an all-female cast of ass-kicking females.
Yeah.
In Charlie's Angels.
So is he going to be Charlie?
He was Bosley.
So he's going to be Rick Moranis' character? Yes! The spiritual return of Rick Moranis.
I think Slimer's gonna get the missions. He's gonna send them down to Bill Murray, and he's gonna tell the female Ghostbusters what they need to do, where they need to go.
Slimer is gonna be played by that chick that was in Bridesmaids.
Oh.
I can't remember her name.
Melissa
McCarthy.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy is gonna be Slimer. They're gonna throw Sandra Bullock in there for some reason.
Why?
Let's see. Well,
just get the girls from Sucker Punch.
Yeah, they could do that.
Let's not talk about that.
Why not?
It's directed by Zack Snyder. Slow motion. We ain't afraid of no ghosts. I just feel like they're gonna try and get like an all A-list cast, or maybe like 2 A-listers and like 2 relatively unknowns. So we're gonna talk about Sucker Punch. We'll put Vanessa Hudgens in there because Vanessa Hudgens. And she
Higgins.
Who was that?
Or Hudgens.
Vanessa
Hudgens. Sorry, I'm so flabbergasted.
Nope. It's going to be Emma Stone and Emma Watson. And
wait, don't you think Flabber ghosted?
Yeah, totally. I would go down. Okay, I really like that cast. Emma Stone, thumbs up.
Zoe Saldana for the ethnic chick.
Oh yeah, and she's gonna be green still. She'll be Slimer. Oh, they probably actually no. If Lucy Liu was younger and still making movies, they probably would throw her in there.
Oh, since we're on the subject of Lucy, Scarlett Johansson.
You know what?
Oh,
then we might as well take out Zoe Saldana because we need all redheads. It's the whole redhead team. Even though technically Emma Stone isn't really a redhead, but she plays one on TV.
Wait, redhead, or actual orange head because
well, it is technically
redheads are
Ginger.
actually orange hair.
It is,
Ginger.
yeah, it is more of an orangey orange. But actually, no, we'll sort out Zelda on that. She'll be the one. She'll be the odd woman out, and she'll be the only non-redhead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that actually. The
non-ginger
and ScarJo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
It could work.
You know what? Jennifer Lawrence might also make an appearance. I think
Oh,
she's
that's
another
right.
hot commodity.
Yeah.
So. Once she gets over the what was it, the fappening scandal, I think she'll.
That one really turned around really fast, actually.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's like, oh, leaks. Then everyone's all like, oh, you shouldn't be looking at those. It was
Yeah,
like,
now they're like,
almost
oh,
instant.
It's because there were some child pictures that were involved in that leak.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. No, I didn't look at those. Nope. Nope.
So you're saying I need to clear my history? Sorry, Mystique. Don't snap my neck. But, yeah. I don't know. Just on that subject, I was going to go on a quick tangent about the iCloud or all cloud computing services. I just want to go on record.
The iCloud, because didn't Apple say like their security wasn't breached?
Well, I'm sure that's what they said, but I'm sure Steve Jobs is turning in his grave. But this is my whole thing. Like, the second they started talking about cloud computing, I always was very skeptical. It's like, so you want to put all of your information not even on your hard drive. So there's one less layer that they have to go through.
Yeah.
And it's something that's not, the security is completely out of your control, and somehow you think this is a good idea. I'm not trying to victim blame the people that did it, because obviously they're probably not computer people. They're probably thinking hey, this is Apple, a reputable company. They're going to keep my shit safe. You know.
You know what? I honestly don't even think it went that far, because when most people get a new smartphone, they're not trying to figure out the cloud settings or when they take a picture where it's going. It's just I took a picture of myself or of my dog or whatever, and it's on my phone.
Yeah.
So everything else is secondary, or even beyond that. No one thinks about it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I don't know. To me, I just always had this feeling something really bad with this cloud computing is going to blow up. Mm-hmm. I didn't think it was going to be that. I didn't think it was going to blow up and be full of nipples. But I don't know.
It wasn't even Batman nipples. That was disappointing.
They just Photoshop all of them with bat nipples. There we go. Crisis averted.
I do like the comment. I forgot where I saw it, somewhere online, or one of the comments of the millions of articles that covered it. Was they were like, well, obviously this is just. They were joking, of course, but they're like, obviously this is just promotion for a sex tape movie.
That's soon to come. I don't know, because didn't they hack 100-something accounts or something?
There were a shit ton of
of
women
something
who got hacked.
Yeah.
No dudes though.
Yeah. It doesn't. I guess it doesn't really go as viral, because I think supposedly the guy who hacked them was trying to sell them. I think.
Yeah.
And you don't really have as much of an audience, I guess, to see George Clooney's penis or whatever. I mean, maybe. I'm sure.
They're just not coming out.
I'm sure some people would pay for it, but people aren't going to come out in drones. It's not. He's not the hottest, actress out there. He's not Jennifer Lawrence,
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just such a weird situation, I think. But I don't know. I feel like it's not over. I feel like this is just the beginning.
I think maybe this is a sign that we should turn away from smartphones. We should go back to the past. Everyone should have a Nokia.
A Razor.
Yeah, a Razor.
Or go even further. Let's bring back the Polaroid.
Yeah, all right. No one can hack this camera. King Snob says, and now the hacker is pissed at all the attention he's getting. Yeah, well, I'm sure he's going to be pissed when the FBI kicks his door down and Detective Fox Mulder and Dana Scully drag his ass off.
Somebody said that he's on the run now or something like that, because he's apparently the FBI found his IP address or something like that. I have no idea.
What an amateur. He's probably hanging out with Snowden drinking vodka. So what are you in here? What are you here for? Oh, I stole government documents and tried to liberate them. What about you? I hacked a bunch of celebrity nudes. It's oh, I don't want to be seen. Putin, take this man away. Yeah, I don't know. It's always weird, because it's so weird to me where it's I don't know if this guy is older or younger, but typically it seems like it's always teenagers that are these expert hackers. It's just you think the government has their pick of the best people from the best schools, and these kids are out hacking them. It's what are they doing so differently? They
don't. Well, you gotta remember, our government does not have the algorithm that the government and the Marvel universe has.
True.
In Winter Soldier, they were naming off all these people that they had tabs on.
Oh, yeah, right. That's right. They haven't started the Shield initiative, so I think this might actually the iCloud hacking might lead into Shield, where they're like, we need to identify all potential hackers and take them out with helicarriers. It'd be little kids. It'd be like 12-year-old kids on their computer. All of a sudden, this big missile flies through and blows them up.
They're already doing that with the drones.
Yeah, I guess we wouldn't even need helicarriers. They're more economical.
Obama's gonna lose an eye, and he's gonna become Fury. He's gonna become Nick Fury.
America, we have a problem with hackers hacking into our top female celebrities, and I have a mission to destroy them with drone strikes. It will be terrible. It will be bloody, but America will remain. Thank you. But yeah, I can actually see that. I can see I think it'll be once he's out of office, and then he'll take a position as a security administrator or something, and then that will turn into Shield. And somewhere along the way, I guess maybe a hacker will try to assassinate him or something, and he'll lose an eye, and that's where the patch will come in.
Instead of a patch, it's going to be Google Glass.
Google Glass.
But only one eyeglass. He's going to wear it like a Vegeta scouter. Google, bring me Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, God, this hacker. He's hacked over 9,000 computers.
Oh, man. That's the world I want to live in. Does that mean we'll actually get a Captain America then? Or are we just going to be fucked? It's this is what Captain America should be saving us from all this tyranny. But he's not here. He's taking the Ice Bucket Challenge. The Google monocle. Oh, man. I would love that. I already got the monocle. I just needed to search for stuff, and we'll be well on our way.
Nice.
So, yeah, I don't know. I like that casting for the Bill Murray Ghostbusters. So hopefully, Hollywood, I know you're listening. Emma Stone, Emma Watson, Zooey Deschanel. Is that how you said Zooey Deschanel?
I did not say
Zeldana.
Zoe Zeldana Deschanel. Same thing. The green chick from Guardians. And who was the last one?
Scarlett
Well,
Johansson.
one's a green chick from Guardians. The other is a white chick who plays a silly school teacher on Fox.
Worse for me.
I think Bill Murray did actually name who he would like to see in the Ghostbusters movie. I just glanced at it and read the article. Oh, that looks interesting. I don't want to read it because the original Ghostbusters probably won't be in it.
All right, listen. Spoiler alert. He named me. All right, I start shooting on Monday.
Nice. Well, make sure you get the rest of the cast that we named.
Well, we're gonna have a slumber party and pillow fights and all that. So I'll have pictures for you guys. That'll get hacked in iCloud.
Yeah, and you have to be all outraged. How dare you? How dare you? But yeah. No, let there be a lesson, kids. Don't iCloud. Speaking of naked pictures, and an all-female cast as well. So apparently they're going to be doing an all-female Futurama XXX parody. So for those of you...
What?
Why, Internet? Why?
So apparently... apparently Leela will be the only one getting her what eye.
How are they going to do that, though? Yeah, that just sounds really...
You know, what is that, Rule 42?
So does this mean we're going to have a bestiality scene with a female nibbler?
I don't know if Nibbler's in the cast. I see Fry, Lilu, Bender.
Lilu?
Or Leela, I mean.
I must be like, now they're changing the names,
well,
too.
you know, Futurama and Fifth Element are both in space. You know, it kind of works. There's Zoidberg. I'm guessing that's Professor Farnsworth. And, Zap Brannigan. So, yeah, so I don't see Nibbler, but I think Nibbler might make a cameo, perhaps. And there's no Hermes, so that's unfortunate.
Futurama XXX Death by Snoo.
Death by Snoo.
They couldn't find a Jamaican woman, really?
Well, the funny thing is in the article, they were like picking on it. This is from Topless Robot, very appropriate. So Axel Braun is the guy that usually does the parodies. He's the one that did like the really good Wonder Woman costume that is better than the actual Wonder Woman costume. And they're like, this guy wouldn't have this type of inaccuracy. It's like, Amy isn't even Asian in this.
Wow.
So I just have to say, Futurama porn parody, step your game up. You got competition out there, and this is not up to standards. What's that?
Did they just hire like the first porn star that just came in? It's like, hi, I'm the first person for a. All right, whatever, you're hired. Are you sure? You don't, just go do the scene. You have like 50 of the movies to shoot today.
Yeah, probably. It's unfortunate. Oh no, Geek Snob Zoidberg is in this actually. Yes, so no worries. So there will at least be interspecies erotica. So and whatever robot would be, and interplanetary galactic. Romancing.
They're breaking robot laws with that one,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yuck. Yeah. What is it in iRobot? Like the three rules of robot.
Yeah, this thing is the 4 robot laws.
Yeah. It's like law number 3: you will not have sex with a human. So I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny. I saw it on.
Wait, so that means in the future fleshlights aren't available anymore?
Well, they will be. They just won't be sentient.
Ah, okay.
Or until you upload them to Skynet, and then they'll take over. I'll let your imagination imagine how. We'll have like a transmitter, and it'll just take over. But anyway, so yeah. We have one more topic, and it was supposed to be if good old Agamemnon was able to make it at now the 10 o'clock hour. So, we'll discuss it anyway, and I'll let him know how well the discussion went. So, obviously, Agamemnon's favorite site being IGN. Okay, so so I think you both have seen The Raid now.
Yeah.
And The Raid Redemption. So
No.
you haven't seen either?
No.
Okay, you're just a fan in general of, like, martial arts movies?
I'd say so.
Okay. So they put a list. They're like, you love The Raid. Here's a list of movies. Like, if you're just jonesing for more Raid-like movies, here's what you should watch. Okay. There's one movie on this list that fits that bill. There's another movie on this list that sounds really awesome, but doesn't really fit. The rest of the movies, well, there's one that, maybe. But the rest are just like, what? Like, did you see The Raid? Okay. So, Man of Tai Chi is one of them.
Okay.
Full disclosure, I've not seen Man of Tai Chi, but it has Keanu Reeves. I've seen Keanu Reeves do Kung Fu. Keanu Reeves cannot do Kung Fu like they do in The Raid.
I know
it's
Kung
like,
Fu.
What? I know Kung Fu.
It's a whole nother realm of what they do in The Raid. Like, it's like, you take whatever the best martial arts movie you think is, like, in terms of just pure fighting, the most brutal movie you've seen. Like, for me, like, before The Raid, it was probably Ong-Bak or The Protector, and they put The Protector on their list. I was arguing with Jay, and he said Ong-Bak was probably more brutal because he stopped a saw blade with his arm and
The
bled
Protector,
out.
is that the one with Jackie Chan?
No, the one with Jackie Chan, well, there's many. But no, that was one with Tony Jaa before he went crazy and ran off into the woods. So I would say Ong-Bak was probably like the next step after like Jackie Chan and Jet Li started getting old and using wire work. And then you came to Raid, and you're like, my God, like, to get better than The Raid and The Raid 2, like, they have to probably just kill these dudes. Like, that, you know, it's like, it's just it's like that realistic and hardcore. So, but their idea of it, so the first movie they put on there is, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but basically it's the guy that directed The Raid, it's the first movie he did. You watch the trailer, it looks badass, it's like, okay, legit, and you know, I'll probably get it, and I'll let you guys know it is. District B13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they re-released this movie. I forgot what it's called, but it was the last movie that Paul Walker did.
It was called Brick Mansions.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Brick Mansions. So this is the original French version. All right. I've seen this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I have this movie. This movie in no way, shape, or form lives up to The Raid. It's like, okay, so it's the guy who invented parkour, and I don't know if you ever saw Kiss of the Dragon. It's a Jet Li movie, and he fights like these two blonde twins. The shorter blonde twin is the guy that's the co-star of District B13. He's pretty badass. He can flip around, do a lot of kicks. But it's still not The Raid. Like, it's not even close. Like, even if you have it, trying to measure up to other martial arts movies, it's still not that impressive.
Well, I think... go ahead.
Well, yeah, you go ahead. That's all I was going to say.
I've seen it too, and I think the similarities are, you know, you got two guys and they're trying to break into this. What was it, like a project or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
They were trying to get
the
into
PJs.
and just being in that building kind of set up where you're in there and you have to go through these rooms and you have to do these things. I think that's where the similarities were.
Yeah, it just left a lot to be desired, I thought.
And I'll admit, while I like the raid, it did kind of go over the top in its realism.
Oh, yeah. Well, the raid starts off kind of real.
Especially the last fight scene.
When is the two brothers fighting that dude?
Yeah, with Mad Dog.
Yeah.
It's like, how is nobody dead? How are they still getting up? Like my girlfriend at the time, we were watching it, and she was with it up until that point.
Yeah.
She was like, okay, this movie is just kind of stupid now. There's no way anybody should be standing up after all of this shit. And it's been like 15 minutes of them fighting after they fought for like 5 hours. Everybody else.
I will say they did it a lot better in the second movie, where it was still really drawn out, but I felt like they took less damage. Because it was like in the first one, it's like they impaled that dude with the light, like a freaking halogen light bulb, and he just shrugged that shit off like it was nothing. Like, he shrugged it off like it was like Die Hard 5, like, missiles. And I think they finally killed him by snapping his neck to finally finish him off.
Yeah.
But it was like, I guess it was the fact that, like, they took damage, but it didn't slow them down at all. It wasn't like, you know, they were bloody and, you know, they're looking like Rocky with one eye shut, still fighting. Yeah. They're still like, they're still doing like backflips and triple axles and stuff. And it's like, all right, I don't think you can do that with 2 broken legs. But I don't know. I guess for me, like, I love whenever, especially any type of action movie, I love the epic showdown at the end. And for me, like, I want it to be over the top. I want it to be so good, like, I don't want it to end. Although I will say the raid gets to the point where you're like, is this ever going to end? But I always hate when it's like, they'll get to the last boss or whoever, like, if you think of it in video game terms, they'll just shoot him, or he'll die, like, really quickly. I'm like, what? Like, they had to go through all this just for that? Like, at least in the end of the raid, it's like, they had to work for that final dude to finally die. And it's like, and it's 2 of them. 2 dudes that have, like, survived the most insane shit, and this one, like, balding dude is whooping their ass, and it's just like, all right.
It's freaking Dark Souls.
yeah, pretty much. So, the other movie they had on the list was Unleashed. I don't know if you've seen Unleashed.
No.
Okay. I would highly recommend it. It is, I want to say it was the guy who directed Fifth Element, Luc Besson. I think it's a Luc Besson film. But it's one of his best ones. I think it's him, because it doesn't feel like a Luc Besson film, because it's actually, like, really gritty and really realistic. Well, not really realistic, but gritty. It's very gritty and hardcore. And it's one of Jet Li's best movies, because it actually has a plot that you kind of give a shit about. But he's pretty much like, it's in the original title is Danny the Dog. He pretty much treats him like a dog. Like, he throws him in, like, this pit, and he lives in there, and he just takes him out whenever he wants to fight. And eventually he's like, you know, I'm tired of this shit. I'm just going to kick the shit out of everybody and not be your dog anymore.
Yeah, I remember that one now.
Yeah, and he's like, I decide when the fighting stops. And that's the guy that they originally wanted to play Wolverine, I think. What is his name? I think Louis helped me out here. It was like it's a short dude, balding.
Wait, are you talking about Bob Hoskins?
Yes. Yeah, he's in that movie.
Yeah.
You're supposed to play Wolverine?
Yeah, at one point they were thinking about having him play Wolverine.
I could kind of see that.
They also were thinking of Russell Crowe at one point, too.
Russell Crowe.
But Russell Crowe's like, I want to be bald if I play Wolverine.
Russell Crowe.
Oh my god, it's Russell Crowe. I'm kind of glad.
Russell Crowe was a choice right before Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't go with Russell Crowe. I think Gerard Butler would have been cool.
Screw that one. Let's find an Australian.
I'm trying to think. Okay, never mind. No, for some reason I was thinking that Bob Hoskins guy was in 24, but I think that was somebody else. But anyway, so
he was the original Super Mario brother.
Yeah, I just saw that on Wikipedia. Was he okay? So he was Mario.
He was Mario,
nice.
And John Leguizamo was.
He was Luigi. That's right. Oh,
God, what a terrible movie!
I'm still waiting for that cliffhanger. Still left me hanging. What happened?
The Blu-ray is coming out, Blu-ray's coming out soon. Or is it out?
Oh, the
One
Blu-ray's coming out?
Holy Jesus.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yep.
I smell giveaway. As in they're going to have to give away those copies because ain't nobody buying that shit. But Unleashed kind of fits because Unleashed has that dark tone. It's really brutal. It doesn't have the pacing of the raid. Like, it actually has a plot. which you can't really say about a lot of Jet Li movies. So that one kind of works, and it's hands down my favorite Jet Li movie. Like, the only other ones I like a lot would be, like, Fearless, like the ones where it's, like, the traditional ones. But, like, of all of his, like, once he broke into the English market, this was probably, like, my favorite one. I mean, Kiss the Dragon was cool, but it was kind of stupid. And I really hated the chick that played, like, the hooker. Like, that was really dumb.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And then, obviously, the movie with DMX was stupid, and Romeo Must Die.
What?
Jason Romeo, you gotta die.
Oh, wait, which one? Because there was 2 movies with DMX that he did.
Okay, he did Exit Wounds, right?
No. He did Romeo Must Die.
Oh, Cradle to the Grave.
Cradle to the
That's
Grave.
what it was. Oh, DMX was in Romeo Must Die, too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I forgot. All I remember was that guy that I thought looked like P. Diddy. Like, he was like the main villain for, like, the Black Side. Yeah.
Come on. How could you get it for Rough Rider?
I'm not going to be able to do it. DMX needs to be in more movies.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here.
Did they ever make a Danny the Dog 2? They should cast DMX instead. I ain't your dog. Arf, arf. Oh, man. Oh, DMX. What is DMX? Is DMX even making music anymore? Or is he just
I don't know what he's doing.
breaking down and crying before performances?
Yeah,
He's somewhere hiding.
Wasn't he supposed to fight someone in a boxing match recently?
Yeah, he was supposed to fight George Zimmerman.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then the promoter was getting threats, and they were like, hey, you're an asshole, and we're going to come find you. And he's like, I was just kidding.
I will find you. I was like, I will not have this shit. He's like, all right. You have 24 hours to cancel this boxing match and bring me Kal-El. Oh, man.
Yeah, X is still making music from what I've seen, and he's still performing, going on tour, but I guess, like, since he left Def Jam...
Yeah, you never hear him. Well, if you listen on a quiet night, you can't hear him barking in the distance. You know the worst thing about Rough Riders? Remember when Jin became a Rough Rider?
Yeah.
And he never did anything with anybody from that entire group? Like, I was waiting for the Jin DMX song. Like, oh, man, this is going to go off. This is going to launch his career. Never happened.
No.
Jin actually went solo. He's, like, doing a lot more, like, music now.
Yeah,
He's real popular now.
Yeah, he kind of revitalized his career. But...
Yeah, he actually crossed over into the Christian market.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. I don't know. It just seemed weird because he had, like, such a promising trajectory, and then it's like, all right, I got signed. I'm Rough Riders, and then it's just womp womp womp.
Yeah, because he put out that first album, and it actually did pretty good. And I guess he just wasn't a good fit for the Rough Riders kind of thing that was going on.
Well, plus at the time, weren't all of them gone?
Yeah.
Except for Eve, I think. Like,
No,
they were all...
She had been long gone.
Oh, okay, so yeah, it was him and DMX just playing pool or whatever.
And DMX was probably in jail at that time.
I will do a song with you. Arr! But I gotta go to the commissary line. It's just like rappers take note, especially battle rappers. There was a rapper once upon a time by the name of Cannabis. He had an album produced by Wyclef. That album did not do well.
Yeah.
Do not have Wyclef John produce your albums.
No.
And it's like, Jen's like, hey, this Wyclef guy's done really good. Look at his resume. Let me have him produce my album.
R.I.P. Jen's career.
Oh, and Cannabis. Oh, it's so sad. So this is a huge tangent. So there's like these like rap battles now, and you can find them on YouTube. I forgot what it's called. And I guess Cannabis showed up there, and he was known, especially like when he first started out, like he can't make a song, but he's a hardcore battle rapper.
Yeah.
So he turns up, and he has like his actual like rhyme pad with him. Like, dude, you can't bring this. You're supposed to be spitting freestyles. He's like, hold on, let me get a page 13.
This is a choose your own rhyme adventure.
And like he went from being signed to, I don't know, Interscope or whatever. And then he was signed to, like, Baby Grande Records. They were kind of big for, like, the underground market. Now he's signed, okay, so back in high school, he used to listen to a lot of, like, rappers that were off of this website, rapmusic.com. And they would just upload their stuff, and they recorded it off of, like, Pro Tools. And they were, like, just trying to get their start. One of the guys has his own label now. It's not really a label. It's more like, I'm going to just fill the paperwork for an LLC. Cannabis is signed to that label now. I saw it like about a month ago, and like this is just sad. Like, how do you go from like the pinnacle, like music videos on MTV, to like some random dude on the internet, and like that's whose label you're signed to?
Well, I mean, Actually, he did join the military some time ago.
Yeah, he did, and then he got discharged, but he had like 2 or 3 albums after that, and he was still like somewhat in the public sphere. But he's gotten like even further like underground since then.
Well, I mean, he got crushed by LL.
He didn't. He won that battle, sir. May the force be with you.
I only say he crushed him because.
Second round KO, sir, by the lyrical weight champion. He had Mike Tyson on the song.
Yeah, but I mean, what was the song called? 4, 3, 2, 1?
Yeah.
With DMX and Redman and Method Man. LL made him go change the verse. And then LL was like, you know what? Fuck you. And then he went and rewrote his verse, and then I was like, wow. He was talking about this kid Cannabis, and Cannabis didn't have anything to say.
May the force be with you. That's what happened. However, he did have something to say. He released his diss track, and he crushed LL. The end. Nothing else happened after that.
For Cannabis, that's right. LL went on to star on with Chris O'Donnell and what's that show called?
NCIS
What is it?
NCIS LA.
Oh,
there
okay.
you go.
Well, yeah, I never seen that show, so I can't. But he is starting with Chris O'Donnell, so he should probably have bat nipples first of all.
LL Cool Nipples.
Ladies love cool nipples. You don't just lick the lips, ladies. You got to lick the nipples.
Lick the nipples.
I don't know. Well, I don't know if you ever heard LL's diss track after Cannabis's diss track.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, yeah. The beef kept on. It wasn't just that one verse.
Yeah,
that's what ignited it. But no, he had a diss track, and then Cannabis came back with another one. But I think it was like Hot 97, whatever big radio station in New York. They actually did rule Cannabis the winner of that battle. However, obviously, the longevity of careers, LL has done a lot better for himself. And what's sad is, like, if you listen to Cannabis's music, like, subsequently in his career, he's still, like, he's never gotten over that. He's still just like, all I had to do was shut the fuck up. I would be rhyming with Redman and Method Man and DMX, and I wouldn't be signed to internet record labels. I could be NCIS. So
I could have been somebody.
Yeah, I know, right? I could have been Cradle to the Grave.
I could have been a contender.
Yeah. So I don't know. So that's your Cannabis history lesson for those of you that care.
Should end every single Straight Out of Austin from this point forward. Know your rappers.
Might as well, yeah. Well, that's the only one I'm like that familiar with because he was like one of my favorite ones for the longest time. And then he was already esoteric, and he got even more esoteric. And then he got even more esoteric. I'm like, I can't listen to this shit anymore. It's just like, his rhymes are still good, but you also don't know what the fuck he's talking about. It's just so, like, scientific. We're like, okay, like, it sounds cool, but I don't know where you're going with this.
I'm going to have to look all those words up.
Yeah, basically. Hold on, dictionary.com. Yeah. What is bat nipples? So the last one on the list, I just want to mention it. It's called The Man from Nowhere. And I haven't seen it yet, but if you haven't seen any Korean revenge dramas, they're some of the best. There's one called My Bittersweet Life, badass. So I'd recommend it. So maybe that's what I do. Every episode will end with "Where's this rapper now?" and a martial arts movie recommendation. Because obviously they go together, just like Aaliyah and Jet Li. Because they were perfect in Romeo Must Die.
That's right.
So, because at first you don't succeed, you can dust it off and try again.
Try again.
Thank you, Luis. That was beautiful. All right, so we actually have one more topic. But I think it's been like, it was a rumor that I think they have put it to rest, but it's Game of Thrones related, so of course you're going to hear about it. So, for those of you who watch Game of Thrones, myself. And so basically the show has caught up with the book in some parts of it. So they're saying that Hodor, the lovable giant, and Bran, the lovable crippled boy, will not be in the next season, to the dismay of so many Game of Thrones fans. Personally, I wasn't really going to miss them, because there wasn't shit else for them to do, except for maybe like 1 or 2 episodes worth, maybe. But basically, it's a book series, 5 books are out of a planned 7. The 6th book will be out whenever. So they're like, yeah, we're kind of going to lap you guys because we cut out a whole bunch of shit we could have spent time on. And so, yeah, so they might write those characters out of the series. But okay, so I was on Facebook, and you know how Facebook, I don't know if you saw an article, and they were talking about how they're going to try and limit, like, clickbait. They're like, we're really going to take a stance and try and limit the amount of clickbait that goes on Facebook. Yeah, they haven't done shit. Because I remember I was scrolling down, and there was one in particular. It's like Jar Jar Martin set to release book in October. And I'm like, all right. I know this isn't it, but I'm going to click anyway and hope that this is it. Because I'm thinking, like, okay, it's probably not going to be this October. It's still too soon. But even if it was October of next year, it'd be like, at least it has a release date. That means it's almost done. Mm-hmm. I click, and it's like, it's not the book. The very first line was like, it's not the book you're thinking of. It's like, you motherfuckers. I think it was like the brief history of Westeros or whatever, which I'll probably still get. But still, that's not the point. I was just like, oh, way to go. Cutting down on clickbait, Facebook. You bastards.
First off, who's Jar Jar Martin?
George R.R. Martin. That is, sir. That
it sounded like you said Jar Jar Martin.
Jar Jar Martin. Oh,
well,
God.
he's gonna be the head writer in Star Wars Episode 7.
Misa gonna kill all your characters.
Misa like red weddings. There's a lot of syllables in that. Yeah, I gotta go shorthand. But yes, he's the retarded brother of George R.R. Martin. Double R, George Martin. When is he going to become a Rough Rider? I want to see a picture of him where, like, remember when Jen first got signed and he had the Rough Rider, like, he had, like a piece and chain, and he'd always get the R's, like, in his mouth? I don't know, I just distinctly have this picture of him, like, eating the Rough Rider symbol, and I just imagine George R. Martin just, like, chowed down on one. Anyway, with that...
Wait, before we go, and we know that last Friday was Agamemnon's birthday, so just to go out and to say it on the podcast, happy belated birthday, Jay.
Yes, happy belated birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
May you have many more Eisenbergs.
I know he really loved my picture towards him.
There's a movie called The Double where there's 2 Jesse Eisenbergs. When that comes on DVD, I'm getting that for him.
You know, don't even wrap it for him. You said, listen, I got you a gift. It's already in a DVD player. Just hit play.
I'm going to break into his house and put it in his PlayStation. He's going to think he's loading up Dynasty Warriors Gundam, and all of a sudden, Eisenberg! Oh, yep. Man. That would be awesome.
And hey, next month, in case people haven't seen, I'm doing a Jackie Chan movie month all October.
Jackie!
35 movies with Jackie Chan.
Nice. Did you ever watch Jackie Chan Adventures?
Yes.
Jackie!
That show was great.
My favorite part was Ask Jackie at the end.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Jackie, what's your favorite color? Oh, I like yellow, pink, orange, blue. Jackie love all color. It's just like, there was only one time I ever saw where he ever gave a straight answer. Everything was like, oh, I like this and this and this. It's like, Jackie, I asked you a yes or no question. How are you giving me so much? But yeah, and I loved how every episode was like, they stole the talismans. Like, can you guys lock the doors or something? Like, how many times did they steal the same thing? They had a good one, too, where, like, I guess the old guy, I think it was, like, the old man, like, gets, like, some powers or something, and he's fighting this other guy, but he's, like, calling out the names of all the moves that he's doing. So first he's kicking the guy's ass, and he'd be like, lightning punch, and then he punches the guy in the face, and finally the guy gets wise to it. So, like, he calls out I don't know, I can't remember if he just, like, he starts, like, reading what he's doing. He's like, well, obviously, if you're going to say what you're going to do, you're kind of telegraphing your attacks. I think at the end,
he's like, go click, he's like, go click the face.
Well, I think I'll end this with a Jackie Chan movie recommendation. If you have not seen The Legend of Drunken Master, I would highly recommend it. It is badass.
That's Drunken Master 2. The second one, I think, was it 94, 86? Somewhere around there.
I think it was 94.
The original one is one of my all-time favorite movies ever.
Okay, I like the second one better. The first one, if you get the right dub, it is hilarious. There's just like, it's just like Jackie Chan's just getting his ass whooped by just like this bully, pretty much, this kung fu bully. He's like, you really suck at kung fu. Why don't you go clean toilets or something? He's just talking mad shit. And it's awesome. And then in the second one, I don't really even know the continuity because I've only seen that one once. It's just like this really badass fight scene where he's fighting like this dude with like the longest legs ever and some other guy. And then another dude's like throwing like these flaming like Molotov cocktails at him. And he's fighting, at one point he's fighting on hot coals, like actual hot coals, and still just whooping everybody's ass. So, I would recommend that. I would check it out. It's on Netflix.
Check that out.
Legend of Drunken Master.
It's on Netflix now?
Yes, it is on now. I actually watched the first 5 minutes of it earlier.
Nice.
Yep. So, classic Jackie Chan, no wire work, plenty of Jackie Chan, broken bones, and no CGI, just hardcore, just Jackie putting his body at risk for your viewing pleasure. Just like I do every... Go ahead.
And I was like, during all like next month's podcast, and I'll give my updates every Monday.
Nice. Well, can't wait. And just like Jackie Chan, I always put my life on the line every podcast. It is dangerous work. You never know when you're going to mispronounce a name, and I do it often. So, so with that, I'm Prometheus.
This is Blood Ocean 07.
I'm Fuzzy Slippers.
And I'm Ice.
And this has been Straight
Out of
Austin.
DMX love all the colors. Kung Fu for life. All right, thanks everybody for listening. We actually had Casey in for like 3 seconds. Thanks Geek Snob, and of course thank. Oh, never mind. This is from last week. Ice for joining us via Skype. Fuzzy Slippers for making their return, and Blood Ocean 07.